Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Glad to have you guys back on the stream tonight as we have game number 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. It is all tied up 2-2 entering the 5th game of the series at Detroit, Little Caesars Arena. The Detroit Pistons hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs trying to get on the board in the series, looking for their first road victory in the playoffs. They are 0-5 on the road. Every single win coming on their home floor so far in the playoffs. They've lost 6 straight road games, and they haven't won on the road since April 6th, which was a road win at Memphis late in the regular season. Detroit 5-1 at home. They've won 5 straight home games. Haven't lost at home since Game 1 against the Magic on April 19th. Quick injury report notes to update tonight before the start of this game. Duncan Robinson is out tonight for the Pistons, so he is out due to low back soreness, and that's a pretty big loss for the Pistons. He is the leading three-point shooter on their team in the playoffs, so they're missing sharp shooting tonight, averaging 3 made threes per game, and he was excellent in the first 3 games of the series. He drilled at least 4 threes in the first 3 games of the series, and then shot just 1 for 2, scoring 4 points in the previous matchup. But Duncan Robinson leads the Pistons in the playoffs, shooting 44% from 3. Major loss because after that, Cade Cunningham, 40% from 3, the other guy who can make threes, but outside Cade and Duncan Robinson, basically nobody else to rely upon on the 3 ball tonight for the Pistons coming into this matchup. Cleveland coming off a big win on Monday to even up the series 2-2. Cavs won 112-103. That score wasn't really as close as it was indicated. Detroit played catch-up late in the game, cut it down to single digits, made it interesting in the final minute, but the Cavs were able to outlast the Pistons and win 112-103. Just an unbelievable game on Monday. Cleveland started off the third quarter on an individual 8-zip run by Donovan Mitchell. He had 4 points going into halftime, came out of the locker room, dropping down 39 in the second half, which tied NBA playoff record for most points in a single half in NBA playoff history, alongside Eric Sleepy Floyd of the Golden State Warriors against the LA Lakers back in 1987. The Cavs started off on a 23-0 run to begin the third quarter, and the Cavs looked like a completely just rejuvenated team, where everybody was hitting their peak in the second half, playing with energy, playing with intensity, stepping up the physicality, and Mitchell just popping off for 43 points, responsible for 39 and a half, number 2. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight. Type it in, Pistons or Cavs tonight for this game. We're just getting started. Tip off approximately at 8:12 p.m. tonight for this matchup. Major difference maker was free throw attempts, and it was a huge disparity at the free throw line. And head coach J.B. Bickerstaff, after the game, he put that it was unacceptable. That's what he said about the free throw disparity in game number 4. And I agree right there with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff for the Pistons, because Detroit, they play downhill, they play physical, they attempt a bunch of twos, and they head to the free throw line quite a bit. But also they do pick up a bunch of fouls. They led the NBA this season in personal fouls because of their physical style of play. But look at the free throw disparity. 34 free throw attempts by Cleveland compared to just 12 by Detroit. in the previous game. Like, there's going to be some sort of consistency with a whistle. Like, we're seeing, like, major inconsistencies when the series shifts back to the home team, that the whistle is just all over the place. First two games in the series, Detroit had 55 free throw attempts. Previous two games, they've attempted just 32 free throws, or 34 free throws. So they've got 89 free throw attempts total to their first four matchups in the series, but 55 of those coming in the two wins in games 1 and 2, and then 34 to 2 losses in games 3 and 4. On the other side, Cleveland's attempted 43 free throws in the first two games. And then a reporter asked the question to Donovan Mitchell why his free throw rate was down, and he said he couldn't really go into detail about it because one of his good friends just got fined for criticizing the officials. That was early on in the series, and then all of a sudden that 43 free throw attempts in the first two games upped its way up to 52 in the previous two, and Mitchell was able to benefit at the line and drive, and be the difference maker, knocking down 13 free throws out of 15 attempts total. He single-handedly outshot what Detroit had as a team at the free throw line, shooting 9 for 12. Harden a little bit. Yeah, still not. Yeah, he's not getting nowhere close to what he was like a decade ago for James Harden. Gonna dig into what he's had so far in these playoffs. Yeah, he went to the free throw line. He attempted 9 shots in the last game. So that was the most that he had, a perfect 9 for 9 on free throws. Most in the series. He had 13 against Toronto in the game 7. But it's not like crazy numbers like Joel Embiid like with like free throw attempt numbers. Yeah, his numbers have been down quite a bit since like pandemic for him. So he used to like lead the league like 6 years ago, averaging like 12 free throw attempts per game. It's down to like 7.5 right now. Or this year is actually down to a very low number, 5.8. 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 total this season, split between the Clippers and the Cavs. It looks like it was higher for the Clippers, and for the Cavs much lower. Yeah, big loss not having Duncan Robinson available tonight for Detroit. That's a guy that can knock down perimeter shots, and he leads the team in made threes in the playoffs, leads the team in perimeter shooting percentage. That's a huge loss for a team that doesn't really have that sharp shooter outside of Cade Cunningham, but it's going to be attempting a bunch of shots, I feel like, for Cade. They got to get some more balance for Detroit because you can't rely on Cade heavily in order to win this series because he is going to duel out Donovan Mitchell. And then after that, Tobias Harris, he's been pretty consistent. Tobias Harris going to duel out against Evan Mobley. And then James Harden. It all depends on who steps up in this series. Yeah, James Harden. Duncan Robinson was like the number 3 guy. Like, you got to get something out of Oscar Thompson and Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren has taken a complete step backwards in the playoffs for him. Just 8 points in the previous game. He averaged just under 20 in the regular season. Oscar Thompson, a horrific game that he had on Monday. 4 points and minus 27. So he needs to step up. Just when they're missing a sharpshooter already, those two guys operate at the rim, basically. Like, Oscar Thompson attacks and gets to the rim. He doesn't really have a jump shot. And then Jalen Duren does everything at the rim. So already, going into this game, the Pistons basically are playing like undermanned offensively. It all depends on what Jared Allen can do. If Jared Allen has a great game, then it's going to be difficult for the Pistons to win this game, in my opinion. If Jared Allen has a down game, then there's the opportunity. Danish Jenkins gets the start. Danish Jenkins been up and down to the playoffs, having some pretty good games, so he's going to have to shine tonight, too. What's good, Mr. Hector? Welcome back to the stream. Hockey, thanks for joining in. Getting started here in a couple moments from now. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The Beard's still at it. James Harden, pretty solid game in the win on Monday, right behind Donovan Mitchell. James Harden set the tone. He had 11 points in the first 4 minutes in that game. James Harden with 3 quick threes. He finished with 5 made threes on Monday. 24 points, 11 assists. Evan Mobley, pretty solid game by him. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks. And Donovan Mitchell, you know the story of him on Monday night. Second half takeover, 43 points, 39 and a half to tied a playoff record alongside Eric. It was Eric Sleepy Floyd from 1987. And then on the other side, Detroit, they kept in the game. Even when Donovan Mitchell, he finished as a plus, big plus for him. Plus 28. Plus 28 for Donovan Mitchell the last game. Yeah, Mobley was a plus 30. And then on the other side, Karis LeVert for the Pistons was a plus 15. And they lost the game. Like, Karis LeVert replaced Oscar Thompson midway in the first, and then they erased double-digit deficit and put their team win in one possession. So Karis LeVert kept Detroit in the game for a while. And the question here for JB Bickerstaff is, when do you bench Oscar Thompson? Like, LeVert just proved what he can show in the last game. If Oscar Thompson starts off with another bad performance, you're going to have to bench him early. And then the question becomes, when do you bring him back in? Because if he's having a rough game, it might not be a while until he comes back in. I thought JB Bickerstaff brought him back in way too soon. And that's where the run started once again. Yeah, good question. I'm going to go with AJ Mitchell from OKC. I don't think anybody expected that for a breakout out of AJ Mitchell. Last year, he averaged I think he averaged 3 points per game in the playoffs. And then this year, he's averaging above 15. Like, they hit on that draft pick. I was actually watching a video today. So, AJ Mitchell is part of the 2024 draft. The 2024 draft was like that forgotten draft that the top picks haven't really materialized out to where they should be right now, that they're probably not going to be like all-star, superstar players. That was the one with Zachary Ricochet, Alex Sarr. The international players went before the college players. And then there were some really good players that's developed later on in that draft. I think Reed Shepherd in that draft was picked third. Baylor Shireman went to the Celtics. He's somebody that developed in the sophomore season. So these are like the sophomore players from that 2024 draft. That was like one of the weakest drafts that analysts had in a long, long time. But the background picks, some of them have materialized pretty well so far. And AJ Mitchell was one of those players picked up as a second rounder in 2024, pick number 38. Yeah, Baylor Shireman was in the 2024 draft. Celtics won the championship. They picked 30th, last pick of the first round that year. Jalen Tyson, good bench player for Cleveland. He was picked 20th. Jared McCain, that's another example. Philadelphia picked him, and then, the Lakers actually picked him, and then he played for Philadelphia and then got traded to OKC. He's another guy. He's a three-point machine coming off the bench for the Thunder. He was picked 16th in that draft. But a lot of the guys that were picked as lottery picks, it's been a struggle. Stephon Castle, he's really impressive. He was actually picked 4th in that draft. So out of all the players in that draft, Stephon Castle looks like he's the best. Him and his teammate Donovan Clingan, pretty good sophomore season. Ron Hollins on the Pistons. He was picked fifth in that draft, but yeah, these players look like some of them were like complete draft misses. With Ricochet, Alex Sarr, those two guys were picked 1, 2, and then further down, Cody Williams was in that draft. Hillel Ware's another key player, really developed this year for the Heat. That's a guy who was picked up in that same draft in 2024. But yeah, I go with AJ Mitchell as the player that A+ grade, exceeding my expectations. Jared McCain as well. Stephon Castle looking really good. Dylan Harper, a rookie, really impressive for him. Danish Jenkins, undrafted out of St. John's. He's had a couple of good games so far in the playoffs for Detroit. Gonna have to have a big one tonight. Duncan Robinson not playing as Danish Jenkins gets the start. Tobias Harris been pretty solid for the Pistons this year. Like, the Philadelphia fans didn't like him on the team. Took a lot of the blame as he was just with a bad organization. Like complete mishandling with the Ben Simmons situation. Played alongside Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Just not a good environment to be playing along. Um, with those guys, as he was the number 3 option on that team, and change of scenery. Look what happened. Yeah, all it takes is a change of scenery for some players, and they completely flourish. Like RJ Barrett's having a pretty solid career at Toronto. Um, yeah, RJ Barrett in that draft, he's been the most productive in the 2019 draft out of those top 3, Zion Williamson, John Morant. I I think for those two, a change of scenery can really help. I've always wondered if Zion goes to an organization that invests in their athletes towards like a proper health system with proper proper nutrition, like athletic training, proper nutrition systems, because it's just not helpful that he's down in Louisiana, which I think like the deep south, like towards that area, Louisiana, Mississippi, like there's so many fast food places. Like it's so difficult to get away from unhealthy food when you're down in the deep south in the US, Louisiana, Mississippi. Like a lot of it's unhealthy food, like Popeyes, Jack in the Box, tons of fast food places down there. If he was to go to like another organization that doesn't really have that much in terms of fast food, or like some areas downtown have more like upscale dining and don't have like fast food places around, and plus if they get like a good nutritionist on a nutrition plan for him, I think his career can be completely different for him right now, because I saw that he was really trying in the off season. The pictures of him being ripped and stuff like that, and that organization for the Pelicans, just a total disaster, just failing uh, Zion. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen, the starting 5 for the Cavs. Detroit with Cade Cunningham, Danish Jenkins, Oscar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. I believe it was yeah, Terrence Shannon. I think that's the one. Yeah, Terrence Shannon and Ayo Desumo. Those are two of the guards that's on Minnesota. Yeah, the games that I've streamed, Ayo has looked pretty impressive for him. Miles McBride's another one. Like, he filled in for OG Anunoby, got the starting call, and the knockout game, Game 4 against Philadelphia. He looked incredible. Pistons on their home floor today, Little Caesars Arena, blue jerseys, red numbers, red letters. As Detroit 5-1 so far, their home floor, they've won 5 straight games in a row at home. Only loss came against Orlando in the first game of the playoffs on the opening day on April 18th. Cavs today, white jerseys, maroon numbers, maroon letters. James Harden, the beard, trying to see if he can turn back the clock, have another great game, this time a road game. He has struggled on the road, so has Donovan Mitchell, but tonight, Donovan Mitchell trying to duplicate what he did in the previous game and having momentum coming alongside into this matchup. Mitchell coming off a 43-point night on Monday. 39 points, which ranked in a tie for the most points in a single half in an NBA playoff game ever. Jared Allen, right to left on the floor for the Cavs at midcourt alongside Jalen Duren, go left-right for the Pistons. We're underway, and the Pistons control the opening tip. First possession tonight for Detroit. Oscar Thompson with possession. Into the hands to Cunningham. Cade dribbles up at the right wing, takes on Mitchell, slides it cross court. Catch and fire, 3 by Jenkins. Rattles in the 3 ball. Danish Jenkins gets the call up. Able to respond. No Duncan Robinson tonight. Answering the call right now for Danish Jenkins coming off the bench. Undrafted out of St. John's. Cleveland with possession. Harden slides it off to the wing. Into the hands to Allen. Jared Allen, hand off to James Harden. Harden dribbles up, drives inside a key, and blocked from the side. Or no, it went out of bounds. It wasn't blocked by the Pistons. It went out off the side of the glass. And the referees rolled it out of bounds off Harden. Yeah, Harden pleading his case. He thought it was blocked out of bounds there by the Pistons here, that Danish Jenkins got a fingertip on the ball. Yeah, that's what Harden is pleading his case. Looked like in that replay that it was a fingertip of the ball. Referees missed that call. Yeah, there's going to be consistent refereeing throughout these series matchups. There hasn't been for whoever the road team has been in this series. Missed jumper mid-range by Harris. Rebound secured by Wade. Cavs with possession. Pass midcourt with Dean Wade. Wade off to Mobley. Attacks the paint. Kick out quarter. Pass broken up. Intercepted. They had 15 turnovers in the previous game. That did not help them. Jenkins fires a 3. Jenkins buries the triple. Danish Jenkins stepping up in a major way right now in the first minute plus. That should be a 3. Right now the scoreboard has it 5-0 as Dean Wade had his pass broken up. Went out of bounds off the ricochet off of Thompson. Should be, or no, they're going to roll to 2. So they are going to roll to 2. Let's see here the replay. Yep, that is a 2. Front foot on the 3-point line in the quarter. Yeah, they had it as 6-0, and then they took away the point. So it is 5-0. That's been confirmed. 1 foot behind the 3-point line, 1 foot on the line. Missed runner by Mobley. Rebound secure by Duren. Tough start for Cleveland. Jalen Duren. Off to Thompson. Flings it down low. Deflected, intercepted by Allen. Bad pass there by Oscar Thompson. Tried to thread the double team. Mitchell takes the 3. In and out. A rebound goes to Cunningham. First 2 minutes of action. Pistons with possession. Cade lost it. Turns it over. Man, both of these teams had a tough time with the turnovers in the previous game. Mitchell with a turnover, racing up the floor. They got numbers 2-on-1. Harris stripped. Harris had it out of bounds off Harden. Will stay Pistons ball. Physical start. We got bodies just bouncing off bodies. And there's been no calls going against the Cavs right now to start off this game. Seems like the home team throughout the series has been getting the whistles, and the road team is not. Cunningham, crossover, dribbles, drives, dish out to the corner. Nobody there. That's a turnover. There was nobody lined up in that far side corner. We got 5 combined turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes. Ricardo, welcome in. Dennis, Hadley, welcome back in, brother. Pumped up for his Cavs tonight. Ryan, thanks for joining in, bud. Evan Mobley, top of the key. Gonna send it off to Harden. He does. Into the hands to Mobley. Shovel pass underneath. Allen shoves it through with a right-hand finish. Excellent extra pass there by Evan Mobley with an assist. Cavs finally on the board. Danish Jenkins responsible for all 5 tonight for Detroit. Cunningham at the wing takes on Harden 101. 5 of the shot clock outside. Harris launches the 3 off the rim. Tapped around for the rebound. It's Mitchell who comes away with it. And in the backcourt, Cavs turn it over. Wow. 3 turnovers for both sides here in the first 3+ minutes. That's just a reckless turnover. Donovan Mitchell just travels in the backcourt. Danish Jenkins step through, got the bounce, good for 2. Danish Jenkins all 7 points right now for Detroit. James Harden with possession under 8:30 left to go in the first. Harden drives, teardrop rudder, drills it. The beard on the board. What's good, Tony? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Finally, these two teams are starting to make shots. Rough start, 6 combined turnovers. As we are now 4 minutes into actions, Jenkins, runner off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Also, Thompson couldn't come down with it. Went to Mitchell, able to box him out, collect the loose ball rebound. Harden, pass midcourt. Harden, bounce pass, Mobley, swipe, take it away. Up the open floor, ducking it through with Ausar Thompson. That's now 4 turnovers in 4+ minutes for the Cavs. They'll try again. Evan Mobley at the top, guarded by Tobias Harris on the outside. Bounce past Mitchell. Mitchell, runner, no good, in and out. Tipped off the rim. Jared Allen couldn't finish. Long rebound controlled out of the pack by Harris. Harris, straight line, dribble drive, kick out, corner 3. Jenkins, off the mark, no good. A rebound right back to Harris. Cunningham, dish outside, open 3. Harris left it short, tip to Harden for the defensive rebounds. Outlet pass ahead. Evan Mobley shoves it through off the assist by Harden with a 2-handed flush. Incredible vision right there for James Harden off the full court outlet. Danish Jenkins, baseline dribble, circles around. Working on Allen, slides it back to the corner. Ausar Thompson, hand off to Cade. Cade, a lob, a rolling down. Thompson, dump off underneath Duren, backs his way. Duren, no good. Thompson tipped off the glass, couldn't get it there together. Rebound goes to Mitchell. Mitchell shooting up the floor. Mitchell drives and draws the foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Donovan Mitchell. He was going right after Cunningham. This is going to take us to the first time out. That was on Harris. So Cunningham and Harris both next to Mitchell off the drive trying to guard him. And Tobias Harris picked up the shooting foul. So first time out of the night, 9-6. Pistons by 3. Slow start, both of these offenses to begin. And hopefully these two teams will settle in because right now that has not been the case. Some reckless decision-making going on to start off this game. All right, if you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. First time out of the night. Danish Jenkins, Energizer, out on the floor. Duncan Robinson not playing tonight, out due to an injury, and Danish Jenkins stepping up. Yeah, Cade's yet to take a shot so far. 1 assist, 2 turnovers. Also, Thompson bringing the energy tonight. That's huge for Detroit because he's an energy guy for him. 2 steals by Ausar Thompson. One of them, he got a slam dunk. And Danish Jenkins looking impressive. Gets called up for the start. And he is hungry for extra minutes and playing like it tonight. 7 points, open up with a corner 3. and then drilled another deep 2 jumper from the corner. 1 foot was on the 3-point line, so ruled a 2. And then he had a runner in the key. And Donovan Mitchell yet to score so far. He's got 2 turnovers from Mitchell. James Harden with 2, Mobley with 2, Allen with 2. Yeah, I just want these games to be officiated properly because I feel like the whistles haven't been fair in this series, in particular to the road team. So whoever's playing on the road, those whistles haven't really been fair to them. First 2 games in the series, Detroit had 55 total free throw attempts when they went 2-0. Last 2 games down to 34 free throw attempts in the previous 2 games in the losses. And then Cleveland's number was at 43 in the first 2 games when they went 0-2. Last 2 games, it spiked up to 52. So +9 difference for Cleveland, but major disparity for Detroit, 55 to 34, -21. And the first 2 to the next 2 in the series. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, Cleveland has the shooting to do it. I thought coming into this game that Detroit would be in some serious danger because they're missing Robinson. Robinson's been pretty solid in this series. And without Duncan Robinson, it's basically Cade Cunningham as the other, like, 3-point guy that they can rely upon. But huge so far what Danish Jenkins has done. Mitchell drills both the free throws. He had more free throws than what the Pistons had as a team in the last game. 15 for him. Pistons went to the free throw line 6 different occasions, shot 12 free throws. Harris backs his way, and Mitchell lost the ball, got it back off the double team. Defended by Strus and Mitchell. Harris 1-on-1 takes on Mitchell now. Backs his way, turnaround jumper, deep 2, baseline off the mark, and tapped out of bounds off Wade. Dennis Schroeder, first time on the floor for him tonight. Also, Max Strus is coming off the bench, too. So that change was made. Max Strus coming off the bench. Dean Wade starting tonight. Wow, number 27 for Detroit on the floor. Kevin Huerter has not played in this series. He had been injured for a while. Checks in for the first time tonight. I don't even think he's played in the playoffs. Or no, he has. He has played in the playoffs for Huerter. Yeah, hasn't played many minutes. Hasn't played since the Magic series. Game 4 against Orlando as Harris missed a jumper. Harris nothing so far. 0 for 6. Harden step back 3 over Huerter. Missed off the mark rebound. Secured by the Pistons with Duran. Yeah, so Kevin Huerter, number 27 on the floor tonight. First time since Game 4 against the Magic. Eurostep attacking. LeVert off the glass. Battle for the rebound. And a loose ball foul here charged to Cleveland. Beg my pardon, they actually got LeVert on the shot. Wow, that's a late whistle. Very late whistle. Referees rolling the shot. Dean Wade shooting foul. 2 free throws coming up by LeVert. First one's good. Second free throw is good. First 2 of the night for LeVert. Yeah, if he's on his game, Then watch out for Kevin Huerter. Max Strus, corner three, buries the triple. Wide open find by Dennis Schroeder. They gambled, bringing a double along. And Dennis Schroeder with an easy assist off to Max Strus. 3 bench points there for the Cavs. Lob down low. Harris receives it. Harris scores it. That was almost a tad too strong there, but luckily able to get the bounce by Tobias Harris. So Harris off his 7th shot attempt on the board. Allen, scoop it. Score it. Count it. And one. At the free throw line, coming up for Jarrett Allen. Acrobatic play there. Received the bounce pass. Off balance. Scoops it up with the right hand. Puts it through into the net. Off the James Harden pocket pass, bumped into by Harris, who picked up the shooting foul. Tobias Harris having a rough start tonight. That's not a good sign for somebody who's been so consistent as the number 2 guy behind Cade Cunningham. And right now, Harris on the bench as he's struggling. 2 personal fouls, 2 points, in 7 minutes shooting 1 for 7. Yeah, hogging up a bunch of shots. 7 shot attempts out of 15 total. Been through Harris on the bench now with those 2 fouls. Oscar Thompson wide open at the wing. Hand off to Huerter. Huerter slides it off to Thompson. Baseline dribble. Drives in Harden underneath the hoop. Thompson floats it to the corner. And picked off by Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill off the steal. Up the floor finds Schroeder. Schroeder off the double team. Finds Allen. Got taken away though. Oscar Thompson, 3rd steal of the night for the Pistons. Huerter, extra pass. Corner 3. Cade buries the triple. First shot attempt of the game, and it goes in by Cade Cunningham. You know that he's going to be on point tonight on the floor for Cade. Looking to bounce back and lead his team to victory. Harden at the wing takes on Cunningham. 10 in the timer. Switch guarded by Huerter on the outside. James Harden drives into Huerter inside the key. A runner bounces in. It's good for 2. Gets the benefit of the bounce there by the beard. What a great start to this game in the opening quarter. Cunningham at the top of the key, dribbles up on Strus. Inside the key, a jumper, mid-range, got it blocked by Strus. Ball came loose, Thompson collected it. Cunningham fires the 3 again, he buries it. Cade Cunningham dropping down lasers from the perimeter. 3-point lead, perfect. 2 for 2 from the outside. Max Strus off to Merrill. Into the hands to Schroeder. Schroeder outside. Merrill elevates for the 3. Swoosh. Sam Merrill on the board. Sizzles the triple. Back and forth we go. Harris LeVert. Into the hands to Cade. I think it's going to come down to the best player tonight, whether it's Cade or Mitchell in this game. Cunningham. Off to Thompson. Thompson attacks. Get that out of there. Huge rejection by Jarrett Allen. Up the floor. Here goes Cleveland. Schroeder attacks. Schroeder scores. Up and off the backboard. 2-point lead for the Cavs. 21-19. Defense translating right into offense. The block by Jarrett Allen. The layup by Dennis Schroeder. And a timeout taken on the floor by J.B. Bickerstaff and the Pistons. Sam Merrill getting the 3-ball going. Dennis Schroeder getting downhill, attacking the rim. Excellent start. But the Cavs bench tonight. 8 bench points combined between 3 different players. Strus with a 3. Merrill with a 3. Schroeder with a 2. Schroeder's got 2 assists. Wow, this has been an excellent game so far. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well, and I'm hoping to be back live on Friday for Game 6 out of this series as well. Jarrett Allen, man, just a monster right now. If he keeps on playing well, the Cavs are going to win this game. 5 points, a steal, and a block, plus a rebound by Allen. Harden with 4. Mitchell with just 2. Mitchell has struggled on the road. Yeah, so Mitchell can go off. We saw it the last game with 43. The more flashier highlight player Um, Cunningham, he he can take over games too. He does it in a way that he just slows the game down, um, and knocks down shots. Kind of similar to like a Luka Doncic type of style as a scorer. Just plays very natural into the game. Just has a great flow of the game for him. Yeah, Cunningham had some huge games in the Magic series. Like, he had games that he was taking over in the first rounds. He had 39 points game 1, and then 2 games with 27, a 25-game game 4, 45, 32, 32. Cunningham came into tonight still as the top scorer in the playoffs. So throughout the playoffs, he's averaging around like 29 points per game. It's been down last couple games or so. Yeah, he's shooting 40% from 3. His regular season numbers aren't where it is in the postseason. Playoff riser for him. Yeah, he shot 34% in the regular season. But in the playoffs he's taken off. That 39-point game against the Magic, that was only his 4th game back cuz he missed like a month with injury, came back like the final week of the regular season, dropped down 39 game 1 first round. Yeah, wow. Looking back at Cade's numbers, 42 at the Knicks. The Pistons beat the Knicks mid-February by 15 at MSG. He had 42. Yeah, he had a 42-point game against the Celtics, too, the day before Thanksgiving. Free throw is good by Shooter. He got fouled on that layup. Free throw is good. 22-19. Yeah, I love the mentality of Cade Cunningham for him. Like, just straight up baller. When he played college basketball, Oklahoma State, he wasn't sure if he was going to play in the NCAA tournament with Oklahoma State. He could have easily transferred. So what happened was that Oklahoma State had some sort of like NCAA tournament ban for like a couple of years, and the 3-point shot was missed there by Strus. Rebound goes to LeVert. They had an NCAA tournament ban. Cade Cunningham had already committed to Oklahoma State. He could have easily decommitted and went elsewhere, and then I think like a couple weeks before the tournament, Cunningham buries the fall away at the low block, puts his team 1-1. A couple weeks before the tournament, Oklahoma State got the ban taken away for that year, for Cade's year. So Cade was able to play in that tournament. Off the double team and bad decision by the Cavs. They gave it up to Cunningham with a steal and with a dunk as he soars up and throws it down. Dennis Schroeder just gave it away to the wrong player. Mobley at the low block. Outside finds Strus. Strus launches the 3. Swoosh. Max Strus buries the triple. 2-point game right now. 12-2 off the bench for the Cavs. Outside, Stewart. Stewart on the 3. Isaiah Stewart buries the 3. Wow. That's something you don't see too often. Stewart popping out around the perimeter. Able to knock down the 3 ball to take the lead for the Pistons. 4 for 7 right now from 3. Strus off target. They're 3 for 7 as a team for Cleveland. Oscar Thompson up the floor. Finds it off to Stewart. Stewart again. Isaiah Stewart drills another 3. Holy smokes. Where in the world did this come from? 4-point lead for Detroit. Mobley off the Strus, bounce pass, Merrill, corner 3, Merrill off the mark, ricocheted out of bounds and off the Cavs. It's going to be Pistons ball. Holy smokes, number 28, Isaiah Stewart drilling 2 made threes in a row. That's got to be a career high. Oscar Thompson, defended by Mitchell, slides it off to Cade. Cade at the elbow, takes on Strus, backs his way, turnaround jumper, mid-block, Cunningham around the rim and out to rebound, wrestled away by Mobley. Season high for Stewart. Wow, that's 3 3-point shots that he made this year. Career high is 5. He usually doesn't take many threes for him. Mitchell, high off glass, scoop score up and off the window, and oh no, oh no, oh no, Donovan Mitchell is down, and this looks bad. Donovan Mitchell is down, and this looks bad here, folks. Oh no. Damn. Non-contact injury. Scored. Twisted his ankle backpedaling where they have the media guys. He scored a layup, backpedaled right into the cameraman who's next to the stanchion in the box. That's so unfortunate. Damn. He's still walking on the floor. So he's trying to walk through it right now. Mitchell is going to play through this. Mitchell is going to play through this. So it looks like he rolled his ankle. Yeah, he's still on the floor. Pistons have possession. Under 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Cade, a step back three. Off the mark, no good. A rebound, Mobley. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell, 3/4 court shots. And that was close. Wow, hopefully he's okay. He's trying to walk on it. Walking a little bit gingerly, though. Right now for Donovan Mitchell. So tough. He got the layup, and then when he finished, he backpedaled right into the cameraman where he was sitting, which was right next to the stanchion and one of those right next to the net seats for the media guys that do the camera shoots. That's just unfortunate. Man. So tough. So tough for Spida Mitchell. Like he's definitely in a lot of discomfort. Ryan, welcome back in. Yeah, so I'm interested too. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm actually a Celtics fan. I cover all different types of teams here at NBA, college hoops. Yeah, great question whether Celtics gonna sign Giannis for Jaylen Brown. The media is really pushing it, like ESPN, Stephen A. Smith. The media is really pushing that. Um, I I think they're gonna keep Jaylen Brown. Jaylen means just so much to Boston. Like, see, Giannis is 2 years older than Jaylen Brown. And also, the injury history lately for Giannis, you don't know what you're going to get if you're going to get a full season out of Giannis. So, yes, it addresses a need, which the Celtics need to put more pressure on the rim, find an actual big man. But when, when they address that need at the trade deadline, trading Anthony Simons for Nikola Vucevic, it completely backfired. Isaiah Stewart just hit a season high in the playoffs for threes. Stewart did not attempt a single three at all in this series before drilling the first two. And he had attempted just 4 threes in the Magic series. His season high for threes was 3. He went 3 for 5 against the Spurs on March 5th. His career high is 5 in threes against the Knicks in 2022. But he barely attempts threes. He had 0 attempted threes in all 4 games of this series. Hadn't attempted a 3 in the last 2 games against the Magic. and he hadn't made a three since Game 4 against Orlando. Yeah, wow. Isaiah Stewart, his average is .7 on the season for made threes. Last year was even worse. He barely attempted a three last year. It was .2. Isaiah Stewart, 40 for 120 this year in the regular season in threes. And then the year prior, even less, 17 for 53. Wow. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. The whole scheme, they need to find much more balance, and that's where they need to address the need of a actual main center to put more pressure at the rim. But I just hate the idea of trading away Jaylen Brown as well. Cade Cunningham, good in the two, a step back 15-footer. 2-point lead for the Pistons as we start off the second quarter. Evan Mobley takes on Tobias Harris. Mobley drives inside the key. Mobley soars up and was fouled. 2 shots covered up at the free throw line by Mobley. And if this is on Harris, that's going to be his third. Also, Thompson also close into the area. Oh wow, that's on Stewart. That's going to be on Stewart defending Mobley. Yeah, they had 3 guys in the area. Tobias Harris pretty close. Had to make sure it wasn't him. First free throw, good by Mobley. Yeah, that would not happen with Joel Embiid for cheap. Dennis puts out there. Yeah, no like villain to the Celtics they would get. Like there'd be no Caleb Martin. I saw somebody put out there in a video with a Heat trade with Caleb Martin for like a couple of Celtics rotation or role player guys. Thompson handoff, Cunningham straight away three, right down the chute, delivers. 4-point lead for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham on point in this game for the perimeter. 15 points, 3 for 4 from 3, missed at the rim by Jalen Tyson. Stewart ripped away the rebound. Things getting physical right now. Tyson and Stewart, some words being exchanged. Referees had to come in. Separate the two teams. Tobias Harris now still jawing with Jalen Tyson. Donovan Mitchell has to get himself in there, separate Jalen Tyson from everybody else as we got some words being exchanged right now between Jalen Tyson of the Cavs and a couple of Pistons players. Jalen Tyson attacking baseline, working on Harris, and then at the last moment, Isaiah Stewart clobbered Tyson. Should have been a foul right there. Referees completely missed it. Stewart ripped away the ball. There was a technical in the process too, and then Tyson and Harris jawing back at one another. And this is being sorted out at the monitor right now. Cavs came up with the offensive rebounds. Or no, it was Pistons won the defensive rebound after the miss by Tyson. This is how have to be sorted out. All right, here Isaiah Stewart rips it away from Jalen Tyson, and then Tyson tried to slap it out of the hands of Stewart. Push Stewart. Tobias Harris took exception. Jalen Tyson teched up for it. Wow, this is being looked at the monitor. First of all, Isaiah Stewart should have been called on the shooting foul defending Jalen Tyson. That was completely missed by the officials. Yeah, I said this earlier during the stream. I went through like the disparity of the home to away team throughout these series matchups. It's been a crazy discrepancy between how many free throws the home team has got and how many free throws the road team has got throughout the series. Like, there's going to be much better balance. Actually, right now, though, the Pistons have only attempted 2 free throws this entire game. Cavs challenged. Wow, call stands. Call stands, technical free throw by Cade Cunningham. Wow. And the free throw is good. Cade's on point tonight. Cade looking like he's going to be the best player on the floor. Okay, now they get the right call. Yeah, clearly that was a tie up there. They missed the Stewart foul, but they didn't award a rebound to Stewart. Jump ball off the tie up. Possession goes to the Pistons as they win the jump ball tie up. Cade Cunningham, he's on the floor alongside Harris, Thompson, Stewart, and number 25 for the Pistons also on the floor. Harris inside, double clutch scores, up and off the window. First time on the floor tonight for Marcus Sasser. He's in the court currently. Runner, Mitchell, right back, scores the 2. Quick response right back for Cleveland. Thompson at the wing of the perimeter, takes on Mitchell, hand off to Cade. Cade guarded off the double team, finds Thompson, floats it cross court. Harris, baseline dribble. Harris, rudder, drills it. Tobias Harris starting to step up right now in this game. Yeah, Tobias Harris is pumping up the crowd right now. Like, when he was jawing at Jalen Tyson, that completely ignited Tobias Harris. Good to see some fire out of him. Bad pass by Tyson behind Sam Merrill. Not on the same page. The Cavs turn it over. Yeah, Cade Cunningham's been outstanding. Tobias Harris started to elevate his game, just targeted Evan Mobley on that previous layup and scored right over him. And then scored again over Mobley. That's back-to-back possessions that Harris has scored over Mobley. 7 turnovers now for Cleveland. 5 by the Pistons tonight. Cunningham at the top takes on Tyson one-on-one around the perimeter. Cunningham off the crossover. Backs his way on Tyson. Slides it off to the top. Marcus Sasser guarded by Merrill. Drives on Merrill. 15-footer contested. Sticks it. Marcus Sasser, first bucket of the night for Detroit. Ron, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Ball got deflected towards the far side, out of bounds. Jalen Tyson just flustered and locked down by this Pistons defense. Thompson tonight, big bounce back start for him. 4 steals for All-Star Thompson in this first half. Harden crosses midcourt, defended by Cade, 4 to shot clock. James Harden, he is stuck. Step back 3 over Cade, left short. Excellent defense by Cunningham. The ball sails out of bounds off the rim. It's going back to the Pistons. Man, Cade Cunningham, just so special. He knows how to bounce back. Pistons have won 5 straight games at home in the playoffs after dropping their first for a reason. That was just lockdown defense there by Cade. Marcus Sasser has possession at the wing, defended by Mitchell. Lobs it off to Harris. Harris takes on Dean Wade at the elbow. Harris, 1-on-1, dribbles up, 5 at a timer, rises for the jumper. Harris, once again, scores the 2. Timeout on the floor, taken by Cleveland. Tobias Harris, pumped up. 12-2 run by the Pistons in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It was a slow start tonight for Tobias Harris, and then all of a sudden, since that foul by Jalen Tyson that he got teed up, that Tyson got teed up for, that ignited Harris, and Harris started to pump up the crowd. Harris, 8 points, 4 for 10 shooting after a 1 for 7 start, perfect 3 for 3 on twos in the previous 3 attempts. So we head over to the timeout, 8:33 before halftime. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the B-Tab brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Number 1, number 2. Those top 2 options right there for the Pistons looking really good. Cade Cunningham. What a start tonight. Just automatic feel for the game for Cade. Just slowing the game down to play to his style. Making it look so easy tonight on the floor, finding his groove, finding his rhythm, nailing his shots. 6 for 9 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3, 2 assists, plus 11 on the floor, 16 points in 13 minutes. Tobias Harris up to 8 tonight. Harris, perfect 3 for 3 in his previous 3 attempts. He's a +8. Also Thompson, who is the worst minus in the last game, a -27 tonight, has become the top plus as a starter. Plus 13 by Ausar Thompson. He's only scored 2 points, but his energy has been consistent defensively. He's got 4 steals tonight for Ausar Thompson, alongside 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Like, it's doing all the little things tonight for Ausar Thompson, for him. And then off the bench, Marcus Sasser, he's come in. He's only scored 1 basket, but when he's been out there, when Isaiah Stewart's been out there, both of those guys plus 14. You know things are good when Isaiah Stewart comes off the bench and drills 2 threes. He averages 0.7 made threes per game. Tonight is his first game that he has made multi-threes since March 5th, a season high 3 made threes against San Antonio. After that, Stewart did not make 2 threes or greater since January 7th. So this is only his 3rd game in the new year that he has made 2 threes. Yeah, turnovers a major issue for the Cavs. Once again, 7 turnovers now tonight. Yeah, Mobley is... He's getting cut up by the opposing offense so far. Struggling to defend at the rim. Mobley missed it short inside the key. Rebound back to Detroit. Mitchell struggling too, just 6 right now from Mitchell. Sasser on the floor alongside Danish Jenkins, Ausar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, and Tobias Harris. This rotation is interesting. Cade right now is not on the floor. Jenkins outside to the corner. Stewart, 1 on the shot clock. Did not realize that the shot clock buzzer sounded. It's a 24-second violation on the Pistons. Yeah, he's driving baseline, doesn't realize that the timer's down to 1, and then makes an extra bounce pass, and layup didn't count. It was too late. Evan Mobley on the floor alongside Mitchell, Harden, Sam Merrill, and Dean Wade. James Harden at the wing takes on Marcus Sasser. Harden just 4 points tonight. Harden off the double team, flings it cross court. Merrill push pass, 3 at the wing. Mitchell in and out. Battle for the rebound, tip to Thompson. Thompson now with 6 rebounds tonight. Thompson putting pressure at the rim. Kick out quarter. Danish Jenkins off the spin cycle. Slides it off to Stewart. Stewart thought about the 3. He's perfect, 2 for 2 from 3 tonight in this game. Sasser In the corner finds Tobias Harris. Harris jab step, take it on Dean away, 3 in a shot clock. Ball with it, got it back, has to launch with 1. He does at the elbow, he buries it. Tobias Harris, brilliant use of the 24-second shot clock. 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Tobias Harris started off at 0 for 6 shooting. He's now a perfect 5 for 5 on the floor. Danish Jenkins lobs it up over the top, off the steal, and erupting for the dunk is Ausar Thompson. 15-point lead, largest one tonight for the Pistons. Mitchell, kick out to the corner. Wade outside into the hands to Harden. Harden hoist up a shot. Before the shot, Jenkins picks up the reach and foul. Danish Jenkins, fiery right now. He got charged in that foul. Reaching and defending Harden. Jenkins had the steal, lobbed it off the 2-on-1. What in the world is Evan Mobley doing tonight? Like, last possession, I know you're outnumbered 2-on-1, but he just completely quits. Like, at least you can soar up, try to jump up with your vertical and see if you can deny a lob at the rim, because that's where the ball is going. He just stood there and watched the lob go over his head, and Ausar Thompson dunk it off the alley-oop. Evan Mobley, terrible performance tonight. Right now, he's a minus 19. Beg my pardon about the previous call. They gave Jenkins the foul on the shot. Yeah, that's why Jenkins was so fiery about it, reacting to the call. The referees rolled Jenkins on the 3-point shot foul. So James Harden just buried the first 2 free throws, and Harden's going to have a third. So Harden buries all of them. Thomas, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. XX, thanks for joining in on the stream. Cade Cunningham with possession, under 6.5 left to go before halftime. Cunningham with 16. Taking on Harden, top of the key. Cunningham, 1-on-1, 5 at the timer. Rises for the jumper off the rim, no good. A rebound off the box out by Allen. Harden, bounce pass off to Schroeder. Schroeder takes it back out to the perimeter. Dennis Schroeder defended by LeVert. Lob off to Harden. James Harden backs his way on Jenkins. And again, Pistons rolled away from the basketball here. What is going on with these fouls? Actually, the Pistons tonight, I mean, they foul more than any team in the NBA. That's a defensive 3-second call on Jalen Duren. Technical foul. Hovering the paint for way too long. Technical free throw is good by Harden. So the Cavs have got this game back to 11 with free throws. 9 for 10 as a team at the line. Pistons 3 for 3 tonight. Harden, deep range 3 off the back rim. No good. A rebound ripped away by Duren. Under 6 minutes left to go before halftime. A quarter 3. Cade off the rim. Short to rebound. Controlled by Allen. Dennis Schroeder with possession on the floor alongside Wade, Strus, Harden, and Jarrett Allen. Mitchell right now on the bench. Mobley on the bench as well. 10 in the timer. James Harden at the top takes on Harris. 5 of the shot clock. James Harden clamped by Harris. Step back 3 on its way. Harden buries it. That is good by James Harden. Going to give him the 2. 1 foot was on the 3-point line. So they've docked down the 3 from a 2. Cade Cunningham alongside Jalen Duren, Danish Jenkins, Karis LeVert, Tobias Harris. Runner, Cade, left short, tipped around, a rebound secured by Harden. 9-point game all of a sudden. Dennis Schroeder, under 5 minutes left to go. Pocket pass, off the roller, scored the deuce. Jarrett Allen gets the layup, timeout. Taken on the floor by J.B. Bickerstaff, not happy with what he's seeing right now. 8-zip run by the Cavs. Trying to overcome adversity. So they get Evan Mobley out of the game. Mitchell is also on the bench. And that rotation starting to work things out, getting on an 8-zip run. So This game's getting interesting right now. Cavs showing fight. That's a great sign because this Cavs team has been excellent in the second half too. So this should be a great battle to the finish tonight. 47-40, 7-point lead for the Pistons. So we're going to head over to the timeout. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. All right, right now in the timeout, this is going to be a good game here today. What's good, Michael? Welcome back on the stream from OKC, bud. If you guys are new in the channel, got 200 plus watching, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And yeah, James Harden started to get going. Double figures, 10 points. First one to get there tonight for Cleveland. So James Harden playing his part and needing Spider Mitchell to step up. Evan Mobley, he's going to really have to step up, getting shredded defensively throughout this game at the rim. 5 points, 2 rebounds in the first half, just way too little. Jared Allen, 7 points for him so far. Dean Wade yet to score. Pretty good start for the bench for the Cavs tonight. Max Strus, couple threes he's made with 6. Schroeder and Merrill each with a 3. Pistons had been struggling a little bit off the bench, and then Isaiah Stewart came in, buried 2 threes. And yeah, Stewart been huge off the bench. Him and Sasser plus 15 tonight on the floor. Oscar Thompson bouncing back in a major way so far. 4 steals plus 14. And Cade Cunningham set the tone early. Didn't attempt a shot in the first couple minutes, but then once he started to fire his shots, he was burying them left and right. 16 points. 6 for 12 shooting, 3 for 5. Slow start by Tobias Harris, and then all of a sudden he's got going. 10 by Harris. So yeah, this has been a great game. Really good confidence boost for the Cavs that they're just not going away. Like, when I've covered the Cavs in the playoffs, they seem like they're a completely different team in the second half. Like, they come out slower in the first half, but they're right there in the game for the most part. And in the second half, they just get going and completely go off. And usually it's guys like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Those guys usually start off pretty well in the third quarter. Last game, it was all Donovan Mitchell. But yeah, if the Cavs are playing connected much better as a unit, and then playing with energy, passion, intensity, that's the big word right there, is that's why they've been able to come back and win some of their games in the playoffs, playing with intensity in a big way. Detroit threw down the dunk with Jenkins, coming right back from the timeout. The dunk didn't count. The foul occurred before the dunk, according to the officials, so this will reset the Detroit offense. 4:48 left to go before halftime. Jenkins inbounds to Cunningham. Handoff Danish Jenkins. Jenkins dribbles up at the free throw circle. Outside Cade. Cade launches the jumper. Cunningham off the mark, no good. Tipped around and off the ricochet, went off the Cavs. This will stay Pistons ball. Pistons get lucky that the Cavs couldn't rebound that cleanly. Evan Mobley back in on the floor. Dean Wade, Dennis Schroeder takes a seat on the bench. Mitchell is back in as well. Inbound to the corner. Mitchell defending Jenkins. Lob. Duran finds Jenkins. Fall away over Mitchell. Buries the 2. Danish Jenkins, impressive start tonight. Inside the starting 5. Danish Jenkins up to 9. 49-40. Max Strus lobs it off to Mobley. Mobley taking on Cunningham. Outside to the top. Harden bounce past Mobley. Backs his way. Inside the key, bobbled it, stripped, and he tipped it up to Mitchell. Luckily that this possession continues. Jared Allen goes up. Jared Allen gets fouled. Cade Cunningham signaling travel. Yeah, he's trying to get a clarification out of the whistles. He thought clearly Evan Mobley off the bobble ball traveled inside the key. Mobley is so lucky that that possession continued. That very well looked like it should have been another turnover. And luckily, right place, right time, and tipped it over to Mitchell to continue the possession. First shot was a brick at the line. Second free throw by Allen. That got the bounce in. Jacqueline, welcome in. Yeah, right now an 8-point game. Things were looking really good early on. Like, it was awesome. Back and forth, back and forth. Hopefully we can get this game much more closer, because I love calling close competitive games. Jenkins at the top of the key. Danish Jenkins steps into an open three. Mobley late to close out. Tipped around. A rebound secured by Mitchell. Approaching 3.5 left to go before halftime. Donovan Mitchell at the wing of the perimeter. Bounce pass into the hands to Mobley. Mobley inside the key. Takes on LeVert off the pivot. Mobley, tough hook shot. Bounced off the rim, no good. Deflected out of bounds off Strus. And Max Strus signaling challenge. Kenny Atkinson will not challenge as Detroit goes quickly off the inbound. Pistons with possession. Duran takes it up the floor. On the outside finds LeVert. LeVert turns the corner, rises for the jumper. 15-footer, connects on it. Caris LeVert puts his team up by double digits. Cannot show the game due to copyright. Play-by-play only. Welcome in 72 Reason Apostle. Thanks for joining in. Evan Mobley having a rough game tonight. Caris LeVert just picked up the personal foul. This will lead to an inbound for Cleveland. Harden, jab step, Harden, three. James Harden buries the J. That is good on the three ball by Harden. 7-point game, under 3 minutes left to go before halftime. LeVert flings it off to Duran. Duran has possession, top of the free throw circle, away from the ball. We have a defensive technical 3-second call charged to Cleveland. So Cade Cunningham will have a technical free throw at the line. Evan Mobley, defensive 3-second call. And Cunningham missed the free throw. This first half has been super embarrassing for Evan Mobley. Ulcer Thompson's going to check out. Tobias Harris comes in. Inbound goes to Duran. Jalen Duran at the top. Bounce pass Cunningham. Surges to the rim. Scores the 2. Beautiful find right there by Duran with an assist off the Cade for the bucket. 18 by Cade Cunningham. James Harden has 13. He's played his part so far to opening half. Harden in the corner. Towards his right off the dribble. Takes on LeVert off the double. Gets it away. Pass broken up. Intercepted by Cade. Up the floor. They got numbers. 3-on-1. They score. Up and off the backboard. Caris LeVert. Count it. And one. Covered up on the free throw line for Detroit. Man, James Harden absolutely got blitzed. Detroit, with their lockdown defense, brought the double. Nobody could get open. Harden tried to get it off to Mobley. And Detroit just read it perfectly. Broke up the pass, took it on a 3-on-1 up the floor, scored a bucket. And the free throw is good by LeVert. 56-44. Mitchell. Pressured by Cunningham. Yeah, they picked up full court defensively for Detroit. They're trying to just wear out Mitchell and Harden. Corner jumper. Max Strus knocks down the 3. That's a huge J right there, able to stroke it through for Max Strus. 9 points, third main 3 tonight. Cade Cunningham past midcourt. The Cavs aren't picking up that much at midcourt, trying to wear down Cunningham. LeVert towards his left, slides it off to Jenkins. Jenkins, an open look instead, drives right past Harden, tried to throw down a slam dunk, but he bricked it off the back rim. Huge collision underneath, two players onto the play. Cade up the floor with a steal. He's got numbers, shovel past the trailer, and it's good by Duren with a layup. 58-47. Good to see everybody is okay after there were two players that collided underneath the net. 20-2, points off turnovers in favor of Detroit tonight. Mitchell puts up the shot, low block, got it to go. Really needed that one right there for Cleveland. Hanging in down by 9, final minute left to go before halftime. Mitchell with 8 tonight. Cade Cunningham. Been the start of the show. Mitchell will see if he can get there in the second half. Top player in the second half in the NBA. In points per game. Cade Cunningham, edge of the midcourt logo. Screen set by LeVert. Cade drives straight away. Cade bumped into and fouled. Free throws coming up here for Cunningham at the line. This game is on ESPN tonight if you're from the U.S. So it's on ESPN. ESPN in the U.S., TS1 and TSN Plus in Canada. Usually you have people in the Philippines too that come out on the stream. Looks like tonight is on Disney Plus Philippines if you're out in the Philippines. Cunningham buries the free throws, 11-point lead right now for the Pistons. Down to 40 seconds left to go before halftime. Mitchell with possession at the top off the double team, and now working on Thompson at the elbow into the hands to Mobley. Sends it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top, slides it out to the wing, and a three-point shot is buried. Max Strus, fourth made three tonight, keeping his team right in this game. 12 points by Strus, been a positive plus right now for Cleveland in the scoring column off the bench. 15 seconds left to go before half. Cunningham, defended by Harden. 3-second differential shot clock, game clock. They bring the double with Strus, gutted away to Thompson. Thompson, kick out, corner, three. Harris, off the mark, no good. Tipped around, a rebound controlled by Allen. And Mitchell couldn't get a shot off in time at the end of the second quarter. 60-52, Detroit by 8. Cleveland hanging in. Couple positives for the Cavs. James Harden, pretty solid first half out of him. He's got 13 points right now for James. So he is playing his part. James Harden +2 on the floor tonight. So even though they're trailing by 8, he's been a plus when he's been out there in 18 minutes. Max Strus, excellent off the bench. 4 for 6 from the perimeter. 12 points in 15 minutes. Those two guys playing their part. Jarrett Allen, 8 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. He's playing his part. But Donovan Mitchell, you know that it's going to be Spider Mitchell time in the second half, so he knows he needs to step up. Last game he had 4, and what happened in the last game? He dropped down 43. Tonight he's got 8 going into halftime, but Evan Mobley, he really needs to start to realize that the series is tied. Right now, the series is tied. If you steal this game tonight, you have a good shot to win the series if Cleveland steals it tonight. Cleveland is perfect on their home floor, but they are winless on the road. So if you steal one, this game could go a long way for the Cavs if they win it. And right now, Evan Mobley, 5 points in 18 minutes. Just cannot stop anybody at the rim. Just being physically overpowered off dribble drive penetration at the rim by the opposing offense. And he's allowed multiple layups tonight. He's a -17 on the floor. Just having a rough game out of Evan Mobley. And then on the other side, Cade Cunningham has looked like the best player on the floor. 20 points tonight for Cade. 20 minutes, 7 for 14 shooting, 3 for 6 from 3. Great start by Cade. He's got 4 assists. 10 points by Tobias Harris. Harris got out to a slow start. Like, Harris was nowhere to be found throughout most of the first quarter. He started off 0 for 6 from the floor. Harris right now is 5 for 12, going into half with 10. Danish Jenkins set the tone early. Jenkins with 9 entering halftime. Harris LeVert off the bench with 7. And then Ausar Thompson. He only has 4 points, but he's padded the stat sheet in multiple ways tonight for Ausar Thompson. He's playing with energy. He's attacking. He's playmaking. He's rebounding. And he is reading the passing lanes very well and stealing. 4 steals, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Just playing with a physical presence that is putting pressure at the rim in this game and trying to wear down the Cavs with his playing style. And then off the bench, I don't think anybody anticipated Isaiah Stewart to drill 2 threes tonight. The last time that he made 2 threes or greater was over 2 months ago. So Isaiah Stewart buries 2 threes in the first half. Right now, 6 points. That's a big difference maker. They're leading by 8 as a team. If it wasn't for those 2 threes by Stewart, this would be a one possession game going into half. So that's huge. He's also a plus 15 when he's played tonight. And then Marcus Sasser is also a plus 15. Yeah, really good competitive first half for the most part. And then the Pistons start to pull away. But I like what the Cavs have done last couple minutes to get themselves back into the game. Like, they put themselves in a position right now that if they played like they played in the last game and they get on a monster run to start off the third, then they're going to flip the switch and switch this game on its head. So, yeah, turnover's been a major issue for them tonight. Again, yeah, it seems like every single stream I go on, whoever they play, Toronto, Detroit, they play 2 physical defenses. Um, Toronto is more of like a young, scrappier team that is gonna look to strip you and force those turnovers. Where this Pistons team is they just wear you down physicality. They've been picking up the ball handler, in the backcourt, applying pressure, and trying to wear down the Cavs, taking it up the floor. 8 steals by Detroit in the first half. 10 turnovers by the Cavs. 6 turnovers by the Pistons. And then big difference has been points off turnovers, 20-2. 16-7 off fast break points too for the Pistons. Cavs got the upper hand at the free throw line, 10 for 12. Pistons 6 for 7 tonight. Foul trouble. Nobody for the Pistons. Couple players with 2. Harrison, LeVert have 2. That's a good sign that nobody's in foul trouble. Nobody's in foul trouble at all for the Cavs tonight. 1 or 0 by everybody. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. I'm hoping to be back live for both of these teams, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Friday. Yeah, Harden's turned it over 3 times. I gotta give credit to the Pistons defense. They are blitzing James Harden and bringing the double team. Yeah, the inside the NBA crew at halftime is showing some of the turnovers. Evan Mobley, a bad turnover going wide off the dribble. Danish Jenkins came up with a steal. And then the alley-oop lob off to Ausar Thompson. Yeah, it's all about limiting turnovers for Cleveland in half 2. Probably like another like 10, 12 minutes, most likely. We just started halftime a couple minutes ago. Yeah, Evan Mobley's got burned to shreds multiple times defensively. They're showing a lot of Evan Mobley right now. Struggled to defend Tobias Harris off a baseline dribble. Dean Wade's having a tough time tonight. Harris, credit to him, he really rose up in the second stage of the first half. Made some tough shots. There was one that he drilled. It was kind of like a botched possession that he bobbled the ball in the corner, dribbled up to the elbow, rose over at the end of the shot clock over Dean Wade, and it was a tremendous shot that he made. If it wasn't for Tobias Harris stepping up tonight, then the Cavs would be leading this game too. And in the chat, we'd probably be saying that this has been like a terrible game tonight because the Cavs have turned it over 10 times in the first half. But since these guys stepped up for the Pistons, plus Isaiah Stewart buried 2 threes, yeah, pretty solid first half by Detroit. Yeah, Cunningham's been red hot. I love the dude's mentality. Like he's just such an unselfish player. Like does whatever is needed to be like a complete overall team player to make everybody better around him. Yeah, he had just 19 points in the last game for him, which isn't that much for a guy who hadn't scored many games lower than 19 throughout the season. There were the 3 games that he had coming back from the injury, but they had already secured a 1 seed, so he wasn't getting like crazy minute runs out there either. Um, yeah, that was like one of the lower scoring games when you added in the playoffs plus the regular season into it from the last game. Yeah, Cade just he he just makes the game just flow so naturally. Like it's kind of like a similar style to Luka Doncic, just slows the game down to his tempo. Jalen Brunson, the same thing. Yeah, cold blooded. Um, Jalen Brunson just so clutch. It's gonna be fun. Whoever plays against the Knicks, whether it's Donovan Mitchell, whether it's Cade Cunningham, that's gonna be a really fun series there. And then OKC at San Antonio, grab the popcorn for that one. If that does happen, Minnesota, right now the ropes. Just if Minnesota wins on Friday, then Julius Randle must have had a really good game because he's just not with the program in the whole series. It's been just terrible, that series for Julius Randle. Yeah, Karis LeVert is the one that the Cavs are going to have to stop. LeVert with 7 points right now at the half, leading all bench players. I I mean, you can't really prepare for what Isaiah Stewart did to you. That's just a shocking 6 points that he drilled 2 threes that, like, nobody was aware. Like, that was not part of the game plan for the Cavs. Just leave the guy wide open and dare him to shoot. And what happens? You got to tip your cap off to that. He made 2 threes for a guy who had a 2 3-point game in over 2 months. I've seen Evan Mobley come out with much more fire, much more fury in the second half. If he does that, then they get the chance to flip this game on its head. And I think it's coming down to the very end where we're looking at who's going to make shots in the clutch late. Cade Cunningham or Donovan Mitchell with another 5 minutes left to go. So if Evan Mobley steps up, if Donovan Mitchell rises up like he did the last game, just a reminder, Donovan Mitchell had 4 points going into halftime in the previous game. He leads the league in scoring in fourth quarter points. So we know where he's going to be where it's all said and done. Right now, Mitchell with 8 is probably going to have like 25, 30. All depends on who else could step up. James Harden, he has been blitzed. He has turned it over 3 times, but he's been solid as a scorer tonight. 13 points. Max Strus with 12. That certainly helps. And from the second half, it's basically all about Mobley if he can rise up. If not, then they're down 2-3 heading into a must-win Game 6 to force a Game 7 at home on Friday. What's good? Phoenix Sundust, welcome in. Yeah, Oscar Thompson hasn't really attempted many shots throughout the series. He's padded the stat sheet, done it multiple ways tonight. 4 steals, 5 assists, 5 rebounds for him. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that he does is like downhill for him. So he's a guy that can attack and put pressure at the rim. But him, Jalen Duren, those are 2 guys that don't really have a jump shot. They're gonna get baskets by going into the paint, scoring down low. Yeah, Thompson, if he scores more, it's probably gonna be off turnovers for him. So he scored twice. Both of those were off turnovers. So a lot of his scoring is done in like the open floor when they force steals. Yeah, that's been the big key in this game. 20-2 points off turnovers, won by Detroit. 10 turnovers by the Cavs in the first half, 6 by the Pistons. Here we go, start to the third quarter. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. As we are now in the third quarter of action, Mobley cross court into the hands to Dean Wade. Mobley has it now off the baseline. Dribble Mobley, shovel pass Allen inside the key. A runner missed over Duren. Offensive rebound. Jared Allen got it stripped. Loose ball. Pinwheels around. Allen scoops it up a second time. as he sent it back outside, and Thompson picked up the reach-in foul. So, Ausar Thompson just reached in. That's his first personal foul tonight. Yeah, Cavs off the bench tonight. Max Strus has been solid. He came off the bench tonight, so he's drilled 4 threes. Mobley, what was that? Evan Mobley out of control, flings it up from point-blank range, misses. Here goes Jenkins, no good. Tipped around, missed off the mark by Duren. He's another guy who hasn't been able to step up at all in the playoffs for the Pistons. They're lucky. Step back 3 here. Mitchell, no good around the rim and out. Tipped around off the glass. Loose ball foul. Charge to Detroit. It's on Duren. Yeah, Jalen Duren having a tough night tonight. 2 points tonight in 17 minutes. -7 on the floor for Jalen Duren, and his team's winning by 8. That's the first personal foul tonight, charged to Duren. Inbound goes to Harden. Harden takes on Harris. Bounce pass underneath Mobley. Extra pass off to Allen. Scores. Up and off the backboard. Cuts the deficit down to 6. Detroit in a little bit of a scoring rut to begin here to open up the third quarter. Cade Cunningham at the top of the key as he is defended by Dean Wade straight away. Towards his right, switch guarded by Harden. Drives into Harden. At the baseline for Cade. Cade gets the way to Thompson. Thompson circles around. Thompson, jump shot, mid-range, left it short. Rebound secured by Wade. And that is not the shot there that you want to take for Ausar Thompson. A contested mid-range shot. Mitchell to the rim, blocked off the glass, not clean though. And Donovan Mitchell will have 2 free throws coming up at the line. Man, Detroit is just in a rut right now, offensively. The Cavs have made some really good adjustments, started off the third quarter in a lot of these games in the playoffs. I've seen it in a couple of my streams, whether it was the last series against Toronto or this series. They've come out playing with fire, playing with fury, playing much better defensively in the second half. Yeah, I really question the shot, the decision-making right now by Detroit. Like, there's 2 guys on the floor that's kind of limited offensively for the Pistons that, shockingly, Duren averaged almost 20 points per game in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he has been MIA. And then Thompson hasn't really been a jump shooter at all in this series. And he went up for that mid-range contested shot. Away from the ball. Cavs pick up the personal. Ausar Thompson to inbound. Sends it cross-court into the hands to Harris. Outside finds Cade on the floor alongside Duren and Jenkins, the other 2. Cade fires a bullet down low, and it's a slam dunk erupting at the rim by Jalen Duren. 6-point lead for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, an excellent bullet pass down low. Inside to Allen. Allen caught into the travel. Turned over by Cleveland. And Cade Cunningham rings the double team, making all the right decisions tonight. Finds Jalen Duren rolling open to the hoop. And that's what he did in the regular season. He unlocked Jalen Duren. Cade Cunningham with possession. Top of the key, takes on the Wade. Switch guarded by Harden at the wing. Cunningham, crossover. Bounce pass, corner, missed it wide. It's a turnover. Yeah, just rushed that pass. Looking for Jenkins at the last moment. Cunningham's going to own up to that, and now he'll see if he can find a defensive stop on this next possession. Harden fires the 3. James Harden buries the triple. James Harden cuts the deficit down to 3. Jenkins sends it off to Duren, top of the key. 16 now by James Harden tonight. Jalen Duren dribbles, drives right down the lane inside, over Mobley, no good, off the glass. And a late whistle and foul charged to Evan Mobley. Wow, Kenny Atkinson cannot believe it. We'll see if they do end up challenging this or not. Evan Mobley charged with a shooting foul. And it looks like Kenny Atkinson will not. Yeah, Kenny completely frustrated about the call. Jalen Duren going to get 2 free throws here. First shot's good. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. What a series this has been. And I'll be back on Friday night covering both of these teams once again. Second free throw by Jalen Duren. It is up. It is good. Got the bounce. 5-point lead for the Pistons. Cavs get the inbound. Mitchell on the floor alongside Harden, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and Dean Wade. James Harden lobs it off to Mobley. Hand off back to Harden. Harden off the DHO action. Attacks the paint. Pass got broken up out of bounds off the Pistons. Yeah, Jalen Duren, they have his graphic numbers on the screen. Way down from the regular season. 19 points per game in the regular season, averaging 10 points per game in the playoffs. Allen, hand off to Mitchell around the perimeter. Donovan Mitchell towards his right and the outside, defended by Harris, one-on-one. A step-back 3 off the crossover, rainbow, and missed it over the cylinder. It's a shot clock violation charged to Mitchell. Some tough possessions by both of these sides right now, starting off this third quarter. Harris LeVert back on the floor, been a positive plus off the bench. Cade Cunningham, crossover at the top, it dribbles up, drives on Mitchell, inside the key, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Cunningham. Cade Cunningham been the best player on the floor tonight. Right now with 20, which leads the game. 2 free throws. First one's good. Yeah, Caris LeVert off the bench. He's got 7. Second free throw, Cunningham drills it. Pushing the lead up to 7. Cunningham with 22 tonight. James Harden crosses the timeline. Takes on Jenkins. Pocket pass finds Mobley. Lob over the top. Jarrett Allen shuts the door with a 2-handed flush. Needed that one right there with explosiveness at the rim by Allen. Evan Mobley, 6th assist of the game. Got more assists than points tonight. Under 8 minutes left to go in the third. Cunningham drives inside the key. Kick out corner, deflected around, stolen by the Cavs. Up the floor off the steal, it's Mitchell. Mitchell off the double team, gets to the way, finds Harden. Harden at the top of the key, defended by Jenkins, playing ISO, working on Jenkins. Spin cycle, bumped into and fouled. Reach and foul charged to Danish Jenkins. Nobody in severe foul trouble tonight. 2 personal fouls each by Harris, Duren, and LeVert for the Pistons. And for the Cavs, just Mitchell is the only player to pick up 2 fouls tonight. You have a substitution for Detroit. Isaiah Stewart, who has buried a playoff high 2 made threes tonight in the first half, is checked in to replace Jalen Duren. Stewart is a plus 15 on the floor right now. Inbound, Wade sends it off to Harden. Harden defended by Cunningham at the corner. James Harden, 101, 8 on the timer. Dribbles up to the elbow. Flings it down low. Mobley strip. Mobley turns it over. Cunningham with a steal up the floor. Cade eyes ahead off the crossover. Had to take it away, but it wasn't clean as the Cavs pick up a violation. It's going to be James Harden reaching in. Yeah, James Harden called in the reach and fall. That was a very, very late whistle. Charged to Harden. Yep, correct call, though. Slapping the hand of Cunningham off the crossover. So officials got that one correct. Inbound back to the Pistons. Jenkins towards his left off the dribble. Danish Jenkins dribbles left baseline. Tiptoes outside. Slides it cross court. Harris, Cunningham out to the wing. Levert dribbles up. Follow-away jumper. Deep two. Off the mark. No good. Tapped off the rim as Stewart couldn't come down to the rebound. And the rebound goes right back over to the Cavs with Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder. First time on the floor in the second half tonight. Dribbles up. Bounce pass to the wing. Harden pulls up for a three. Trifecta from the perimeter. James Harden splashes the three. It's a 2-point game. Timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff. 66-64. James Harden, the beard, showing up tonight for the Cavs. In Game 5 of the series, cutting the deficit down to 2. Part of a 12-6 run for Cleveland. Harden leading his team with 19. So we head over to the timeout. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. A little bit of a second half scoring problem for Detroit. That's where they could really use Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson not available tonight due to injury. And first 3 games of the series, he had either 4 threes or 5 threes made. He's the top sharpshooter on the team at 43% in the playoffs, and unfortunately not available tonight. And right now, James Harden having an excellent game. 19 points. If Mitchell surges like he does in the fourth quarter, then the Cavs are going to steal one tonight. And this is why it was a bad sign for Detroit. I went into halftime. I talked about how the Cavs are still within striking distance. They were down by 8 at halftime. That number seemed like they could make things really interesting in the second half and surpass the Pistons, because Mitchell is a second half player and he just has to show that right now. And when you have sharp shooting on the floor with James Harden with 3 made threes, Max Strus has buried 4 threes off the bench. Those guys combining for 7 out of the 8 made threes tonight. Sam Merrill also made a 3. And they're shooting the ball really well. 44%, 8 for 18 from 3 for Cleveland. Detroit has also shot it fairly well from the perimeter too. 6 for 14, 43%. But all of a sudden, Detroit not getting into a rhythm offensively. A couple tough shots they've attempted, and now we're starting to figure out that outside of Cade Cunningham, major question marks. Can Tobias Harris be that guy for the full 48? He started off slow. He redeemed himself. Can he get back on the right track and help out close this game alongside Cunningham? Or is the Pistons way too heavily reliant upon Cunningham and there's a big drop-off between the 2, 3, 4 guys and so on? That's what it looks like right now at the moment. So Harris needs to respond. Cunningham's doing all he can. 22 points tonight by Cade. It's been spectacular. After that, Danish Jenkins is the number 3 player. So an undrafted player that got the start in place of Robinson, which Robinson came into the series as the number 3 scorer. That's a huge loss for the Pistons. Danish Jenkins, second-year player, is now the 3rd best scorer on the team with 9 points tonight, for a guy who averaged 1 point per game. So yeah, this Pistons team right now, trouble with shot making. Outside of Cade, they got to get other players to make an offensive impact. And Oscar Thompson, not really known to be a jump shooter. Basically everything generated at the rim, putting pressure at the rim. So alongside Jalen Duren, everything is done at the rim. Right now, Stewart is on the floor. Spin cycle Stewart, and he throws it down with a major one-handed jam. Isaiah Stewart, big time, bringing the energy. 8 points off the bench by Stewart. Levert bumps into Strus, and LeVert picks up the reach and foul. Karis LeVert with 7 off the bench. He had a really good game in Game 4 on Monday. Man, beef stew. Holy moly. Playing the game of his life right now, coming off the bench. 8 points in 10 minutes, a plus 14. If you're just joining in, Isaiah Stewart drilled 2 threes back-to-back in the first half. First time that he has made 2 threes in over 2 months. He averaged just 0.7 made threes in the entire season this year for Stewart. Could even... He averaged below 1 made 3 per game this season. Free throws are good. They're already in the bonus for Cleveland as both of those went down. 2-point game. Cade Cunningham on the floor alongside Harris, Stewart, LeVert, and Jenkins. Harris at the elbow. Dribbles up. Inside the key. Harris turns the corner. Backdoor and denied by Allen. Here goes the Cavs running the floor. Dennis Schroeder drives, attacking the rim. A huge collision. No call with the referees. They come up with an offensive rebound. Here goes the Beard. A teardrop missed. Offensive rebound. Allen missed from point-blank range, and he got fouled. 2 shots coming up with a free throw line by Jared Allen. Chance to tie things up for Cleveland. It's on Tobias Harris. And Harris picks up his 3rd personal. What's good, Seagull? Welcome back in, bud. He is looking for the Western Conference to win the chip, so either Thunder or Spurs. 2 shots by Jarrett Allen to tie things up. First one's good. What a game. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 16-8 run to begin the 3rd quarter by Cleveland. There's just something about this Cleveland team that they come out and play with intensity in the 3rd quarter. It's like they're going through the motions with turnover miscues everywhere in the 1st quarter, and then they clean up, or the first half, and then they clean up their acts in the 2nd half. Second free throw is good. We get a tie game. 68-68. All the pressure right now on the home team with Detroit. Detroit 5 straight home victories in a row after suffering a Game 1 loss against the Magic. Cleveland yet to win a game at home. Stewart on a 3, no good, in and out. Battle for the rebound goes to Thompson. New 14 in the timer. Cunningham gives it back outside. Jenkins skidded off the rim short, missed the 3 offensive rebound. Stewart, corner 3. Cade Cunningham, laser beam from downtown. Humongous 3 by Cade off the second chancer. 25 by Cunningham. Harden flings it cross-court. Wade outside Harden. Harden bumped into. No call with the referees. Open 3. Harden off the back rim. No good. Thompson went down. Back up on his feet. Offensive rebound went to Wade. Into the hands to Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder dribbles up. Attacks baseline. Held on to and fouled. And the clock will stop with 4:59. The Cavs are in a bonus. Ausar Thompson right now is still shaken up. Still down. As James Harden, off one dribble, lowered the boom into Thompson, who went backwards. Referees let it play on with no call. And then Thompson went down holding his right knee. Dennis Schroeder was fouled off the dribble. He has 2 free throws in the bonus, and the first one he missed. Yeah, this has turned into a bunch of offensive rebounds lately, leading to second chance points. We got almost a line change here for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham is going to check out. Isaiah Stewart checks out. Jalen Duren comes back in. And Thompson will stay on the floor when he went down in some serious pain. Marcus Sasser back in as well. Free throw is good. Duren is back in. Duren, Jenkins, Sasser, Thompson, and LeVert. Who is scoring out of this bunch right now? That's the question. As Cunningham's on the bench, they're up by 2. This could be the time where the Cavs make a serious run. Karis LeVert at the top of the key. Remember this timestamp. 4:45 left to go. Missed 3 off the backer by LeVert. Offensive rebound controlled by Sasser. Both number 1 and number 2 for the options. Cunningham and Harris are both on the bench together. Jumper, Jenkins got the bounce. Very, very lucky bounce off the rim at the Little Caesars Arena. 11 points now for Danish Jenkins. James Harden on the floor alongside Jarrett Allen, Max Strus, Dennis Schroeder, Sam Merrill. 4:10 left to play. Harden at the wing. Harden dribbles up. Harden, jumper over LeVert. Knocked down. Got it. And one. Coming up in the free throw line by the beard. James Harden taking a contact, score it, and getting his team within one possession. Working on LeVert one-on-one. LeVert's getting right into the landing spot of James Harden. James Harden having an excellent offensive game tonight, turning back the clock. Pistons fans not happy about that foul. And the Pistons are going to challenge this foul. James Harden did kick out his leg. And then he landed into the landing spot where Caris LeVert was. Harden with a little bit of a push-off. So this should be interesting here to see what the call is, because he did land in the landing spot of LeVert, but he did kick a little bit. There was only one replay shown, so it wasn't shown if he made contact with that shoe at LeVert when he kicked out. This is a critical call right now on the floor. If Harden makes this, then he has a free throw coming up. If this is reversed, then it would go down instead as an offensive foul on James Harden, and it would take away the personal foul on Caris LeVert. So huge call coming up here by the officials as the Pistons is challenging this foul on Caris LeVert. 4:07 left to play in the third quarter. Cavs right in this game, 19-13 run currently in the third as we await on the call in a couple of moments. Timeout on the floor as we head to the timeout break. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. What a game tonight. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You guys the real legends, MVPs for being out here on the channel. And I'll be back live Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, covering Game 6 of the series, Cavs against Pistons. So Pistons challenging this foul as we await to see what will happen. Coming up is right now we're in the timeouts. Luciano, thanks for joining in. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win tonight, Pistons or Cavs. Right now, Pistons up 10% points on the poll, 55-45. Luciano, look at the Pistons tonight. Out from Brazil, thanks for joining in, repping Brazil out here on the stream. It's pretty cool that different countries have options to watch this game. For some countries. Yeah, Philippines have it on their TV station. So play is under review. Pistons challenge with J.B. Bickerstaff, the defensive shooting foul charge to Caris LeVert defending James Harden. Call has been upheld. Pistons charged with a timeout, lose the challenge as James Harden landed in the landing space of Caris LeVert. Buried the buckets for a deep two at the elbow, plus was fouled. So Harden able to get away with a little bit of a push-off. And then LeVert landed right into the landing space of Harden. Yep. So his front foot did come forward a little bit by Harden, but it did not kick any part of the knee or any part of the body of Caris LeVert. And J.B. Bickerstaff still unhappy. Detroit just lost the challenge. They are done for challenges tonight. Cleveland with one challenge remaining. 4:07 left to go. So count the bucket and the free throw here by James Harden. And the free throw is good. It's a 1-point game. Cleveland has outscored Detroit 20-13 in the third. D Good, thanks for joining back in. 4 minutes left to go in the third. Cade Cunningham, basically been a one-man show. His teammates have to step up. Cunningham, at the top of the key, defended by Strus, dribbles up, drives inside the key, floats of the shot, he buries it. Cade Cunningham, certified bucket getter tonight with 27. Dennis Schroeder on the floor alongside Harden, Mobley, Sam Merrill, Max Strus. Harden at the top of the key, turning back the clock tonight. Jab step, Harden dribbles up, spin cycle off the double team, gets it away. Nice decision. Schroeder off balance, fouled. 2 more free throws covered up at the line by the Cavs. Cleveland in the bonus. Caris LeVert, back-to-back personal fouls. Beg my pardon, that's on Ausar Thompson. Yeah, the previous one was on LeVert. They were showing LeVert on the replay, that's why. That was on Thompson. That was on Ausar Thompson. Pistons have to be careful with fouls. LeVert has 4. Thompson just picked up his second. Harris has 3. Schroeder. Able to drill the first one. Second one he missed. Rebound goes to Duren. What's good, Rydog? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Yeah, this has been a great game tonight. Cunningham. Been a one-man show, 27 tonight. On the floor alongside Duren, Sasser, LeVert, and Thompson as Cunningham, inside the key, draws the foul. This game's going on snail's pace right now, how choppy it is. 2 free throws coming up by Cade Cunningham. Max Strus picking up the personal. First free throw is good. Yeah, Detroit is... They're trying to play physical. That's their style. But then they get called in the fouls. And that was a huge issue. In the regular season, they committed more fouls than any other team in the league for them. Second shot's good by Cunningham. 29 right now for Cade. Yeah, 22 personal fouls per game in the regular season, which led all teams in fouls committed. Schroeder slides it off to Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell yet to pop off just yet. Bounce past Schroeder. Launches the 3. Off the back rim, no good. The rebound goes to Cunningham. Players tangle up underneath the hoop. We have... the ref pointing possession. Cleveland's. Yeah, Cunningham getting tangled up with Max Strus going all the way back to where the camera guys were. Wow, this game has been ultra physical. Players' bodies flying everywhere. And now the referees reversed it. They first pointed out that it was going to be Cleveland ball. They reversed it to Detroit basketball. Pistons with possession. 10 in the timer for Cade Cunningham. Defended by Mobley in the outside. Slides a cross court off the fingertips of Sasser. It's a turnover. Yikes. Man, Detroit out of all sorts right now. Doesn't seem like that they're winning this game. They're up by 4 though. Strus, corner 3. Oh, he drills it. Max Strus buries the J. It's a 1-point game, a 77-76. 2:15 left to go in the third. Max Strus been tossing up missiles from the perimeter tonight. He has drilled 5 threes. He has 17 points. On point, on target for Max Strus. Nice little extra pass off the push pass by Sam Merrill with an assist. Strus with 17. Merrill off the bench. That was his first assist in the night. Cavs picking up fouls. Jalen Duren at the free throw line shooting 2 in the bonus. First one's good. So that was on Mobley, who picked up the personal. Evan Mobley with 2. Nobody really in the deep foul trouble tonight for the Cavs. Pistons got some serious deep foul trouble. Karis LeVert, 4 personal fouls, 3 personal fouls by Tobias Harris. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0. Second free throw around the rim and outs. So they won that gamble for the Cavs. Hacking up Jalen Duren, splitting the free throws to the line. Mobley, handoff, Mitchell off the double, lob to Mobley, kick out, corner, Merrill, open 3, buries it, and Cleveland takes the lead. 79-78, shot making popping off here in the third quarter for the Cavs. First lead since Cleveland was down by 15 at one point in this game. Their first lead since they were up 25-23. Cunningham at the top, slides it off towards his right. Sasser back into the hands to Cade, 8 on the timer. Cunningham dribbles up, spin cycle, outside. Sasser, push pass, corner, 3, LeVert. Off the rim, no good. Hit the top of the backboard and got stuck in between the shot clock and the backboard, out of bounds. Cavs basketball. Wow. In a game that you need Duncan Robinson sharpshooting, Detroit just doesn't have that perimeter threat that can take over the game. Cade Cunningham, he can do just so much. But after Cade, the 2, 3, 4 guys and so on, just major question marks for the Pistons right now. Mobley dribbles, drives, attacks, humongous dunk, throwing it down with authority with a left-hand finish. Evan Mobley has arrived here, folks. 3-point advantage, all Cleveland in the third quarter. Pistons in trouble. Duren working on Mobley, spin cycle, soars up and dunks it, able to slip right past Mobley to the cup and score to 2. 1-point game. Final minute left to go in the third. Mitchell at the wing, bounce pass behind his back, sets up Mobley, open 3, a swoosh. Evan Mobley, a bang, drills the triple. 45 seconds left to go. Evan Mobley finally showing up here. Towards his left with Sasser, into the hands to Cunningham. Cunningham, 12 of the timer. Cunningham, jumper, mid-range, off the back rim, no good. Tipped around. Max Strus controls the defensive rebound. Here goes the Cavs. Dennis Schroeder, right to the rim, no good. Missed the layup. Offensive rebound, Strus. Corner 3, and Mitchell, no good. In and out, Strus. Another offensive rebound. And the shot clock is turned off. Max Strus, back-to-back hustle plays. Here goes Spida. Had it deflected, got it back. Works on Thompson. Mitchell slides it cross-court. Mobley again. Mobley, no good this time in the 3. Rebound controlled by Cade. Final seconds left to go to close out the third. Cade diverts outside. Sasser at the buzzer. Sasser bricks the 3. 84-80. 4-point lead by Cleveland on a monster run. 32-20. Third quarter advantage. The Cavs once again finding their groove in the second half. And a shot making for the Pistons just not there. Yeah, Cade Cunningham on that final possession. Passive aggressive. Diverted to kick it out to the wing with 3 seconds left to Marcus Sasser, out of all players, to take a 3-point shot at the buzzer. That's going to be your shot, Cade. Cade Cunningham been the player of the game tonight for the Pistons, carrying his team 29 points. After that, a huge drop-off. Tobias Harris, nothing in the third quarter. Danish Jenkins, 11 points tonight. Tobias Harris with 10, but scored 0 in the third. Danish Jenkins, he went undrafted, and he's the third best player on the team right now, scoring-wise, for the Pistons. That's a bad sign. Really bad sign right now. Isaiah Stewart getting 8 points off the bench. Like, holy smokes. Like, this Pistons team behind Cade, major question marks with the 2, 3, 4 guys and so on. Whereas on the other side, Evan Mobley has started to rise up. 10 points now by Mobley. James Harden, the number 2 guy, he is playing big time tonight offensively. 22 by Harden, limiting the turnovers to just 3 through 3 quarters. Donovan Mitchell with just 10. Mitchell can pop off any moment in the fourth quarter, take control of this game, and put this 4-point lead into a 10-point lead in a matter of minutes. In like a couple minutes, basically, like a minute or two. Jared Allen with 14. It's a great sign for the Cavs tonight, getting on to Jared Allen. Off the bench, Max Strus, 17. Strus hitting his ceiling tonight. 5 made threes. Like, impressive. Just so many more scoring options for this Cavs team that after Cunningham, just major question marks. Whereas Tobias Harris, he had been consistent throughout the playoffs with like a 20-piece score, good, reliable backup number 2 option behind Cade, but right now MIA in that third quarter. Nowhere to be found. Jalen Duren up to 9, but a minus 16 on the floor. And yeah, I've said it a couple times on stream about Jalen Duren. He's 6'10". It's just he plays the 5 spot. Just what I've covered these streams in the channel. When Jalen Duren played against the Magic, playing in this series, going up against Allen and Mobley, when he played against the Magic against Wendell Carter Jr., Banchero, Franz Wagner, he just looks so much smaller than those guys. Like, this is not good right now for Detroit. Like, they basically have to rely upon their defense and the forced turnovers to win the game. Well, all of a sudden, Cleveland's what they needed to do, take care of the basketball, they're finding their groove, able to lock in offensively, limit the turnovers, and Detroit has brought the double. So they're trying to blitz James Harden, but James Harden's making all the right decisions now, and he is finding open Evan Mobley, and open Evan Mobley has started to drill his shots. 84-80 as we start off the fourth quarter. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What's good? Albin, thanks for joining in. Steve, welcome in. Peace, welcome in. Best of luck there, Steve, for the Cowboys this year. Yeah, schedule release coming up tomorrow for the NFL. I saw there's, I think, like 8 games that the NFL is playing like overseas. They got a game in Madrid. There's a game in Paris. Jaguars got back-to-back weeks playing out in London. And I think week 15, so I'm a Patriots fan. Week 15, Patriots take on the Lions. And that game's going to be taking place over in Germany. 10 on the timer for the Pistons. Jumper, straightaway. Cunningham sizzles the triple. Cade Cunningham, a 30-piece tonight, saving Detroit. Gonna need to drop down 45 to win this game for Cade. 32 tonight. Mitchell has possession. He is defended by Harris, top of the key. Donovan Mitchell drives into Tobias at the mid-block, outside off to Wade. 1-point lead for the Cavs. Sam Merrill at the top of the key, a 2 at a timer. Merrill, step back 3, high arcer, no good. Off the rim is short. Rebound secured by Isaiah Joe. Or, beg my pardon, that is... No, Paul Reed, number 7, not Joe. He plays in the Thunder. Reed bounce pass, broken up, intercepted by Merrill. Up the floor. Goes over to Cleveland. Shooter, kick out, corner, 3, transition. Mitchell, well off target. Rebound to Sasser. Here's the 5 of the floor they got for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, Marcus Sasser. Paul Reed finally plays in the fourth quarter. Danish Jenkins, Tobias Harris. Cunningham. Free throw circle. Jumper. Over Merrill. Sticks it. Cade Cunningham, an absolute machine tonight, puts his team up by 1. Mitchell. Driving. Stripped and fouled. Cade Cunningham is the offense, folks. One-on-one matchups. He is scoring over everybody. Like, there are no answers to stop Cade. He's too good. He's going to get his buckets. Cade Cunningham leads the NBA playoffs in points per game at 29 for a reason. And he is showing it tonight. 34 points with 10.5 minutes left to go. Donovan Mitchell on the floor alongside Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, Evan Mobley, and James Harden. Inbound goes to Mobley. Handoff to Mitchell crossover, takes on Harris, dribbles on him inside the key, puts up the shot, drew the contact, drew the foul. Donovan Mitchell, 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Just an impressive game for the Cavs here. Able to draw these fouls. Yeah, Detroit just trying to play too physical. Paul Reed picks up his first personal. Two shots by Mitchell. First one is good. We're tied. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game tonight. 85-85. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win, Pistons or Cavs? Second free throw is good. Mitchell puts his team out in front by 1. 7 ties, 9 lead changes. Detroit led by 15 at one point. The Cavs are looking to steal one. Cleveland 0-5 so far in road games in the playoffs. If they win this one, it could go a long way towards stealing the series and upsetting the number 1 seed in the East. Paul Reed into the hands to Cunningham. Been a one-man show tonight for the Detroit offense. One at a time. Cunningham inside the key. Blocked out of bounds by Mobley. Evan Mobley making a big-time impact in the second half tonight. Evan Mobley, where his defense was nowhere to be found in the first half, has completely flipped the switch here in the second half. Harden, with possession, slows down tempo for the Cavs. James Harden, defended by Harris at the top of the key. Harden, crossover, back out to the wing. It takes on Harris. Step back 3, Harden. Oh, he got fouled. 3 free throws coming up here at the line for James Harden. Terrible foul by Tobias Harris. James Harden with a step back. Tobias Harris lands right in the landing spot of Harden. So James Harden will have 3 shots coming up at the line. First free throw is good. Yeah, what Detroit needs after this game, no matter what happens, I know the free throws have been a big difference. 27 attempts now by the Cavs, with 2 more free throws coming up by Harden. Second one's good. Pistons with just 15 free throws tonight, but you need to turn the page and focus on Game 6 coming up on Friday and not be criticizing the officials and stuck on the officiating of this game. Because coming into this game, the home team had the clear advantage in free throws. Detroit had the clear advantage in the first 2 games in the series, and then it switched over to Cleveland in the first 2 games. 4-point lead, Harden able to bury all 3, Cunningham in the corner. And tonight it's been the road team with a significant advantage. But then again, that stat, as Paul Reed puts the hook shot up and puts it through good for 2. That stat I pointed out earlier on in the stream a couple minutes ago, Detroit led the league in personal fouls per game, averaging 22. So it's kind of foreseen that they commit so many fouls that the Cavs go to the free throw line a lot in this game and in the previous game and the game before that as well. Harden takes the jumper over Jenkins, off the mark, no good. A rebound secured by Harris. 8:45 left to go. 2-point game. Tobias Harris looking to step up. Harris, spin cycle. Harris, jumper, mid-range. Off the glass, too strong. A rebound ripped away by Mobley. Cavs with possession. Evan Mobley up the floor. Towards his left on the outside. Mobley, defended by Harris 1-on-1. Puts the ball into the hands to Harden. James Harden slides it outside. Merrill pops up with a 3 off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured by Thompson. Also Thompson on the floor alongside Paul Reed, Danish Jenkins, Tobias Harris, Cade Cunningham, and a timeout taken on the floor by the Pistons here. 8:18 left to go. Detroit down by 2. Stuck offensively. in the second half. The Cavs outscoring the Pistons 37-27 in the second half with 8:18 left to go in the fourth quarter as we are going to head to a timeout. Wow, what a battle. 300 plus watching. You guys, the real MVPs in the stream. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Gout, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Marcus, welcome in. Ben, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you here, bud, being a part of the stream. Yeah, great question. The media is pumping up the Giannis, Jaylen Brown trade. I'm actually a Celtics fan myself from Mass. I think that Jaylen's staying. So I think that Jaylen Brown's going to stay. I've seen a lot of rumors out there with a bunch of different rosters for next year. Yeah, potentially Rob Williams can come back. That could be potential. And honestly, wouldn't be shocked if Anthony Simons comes back next year, too. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, Cavs or Pistons. What a game. James Harden, 25 points. If Donovan Mitchell steps up and takes over this game, then too much firepower that the Cavs have, and the Cavs are going to win. Mitchell tonight, 0 for 6 from 3, just 12 points. Harden with 25, saving Cleveland. 17 by Max Strus. He has been great, too. 5 made threes tonight by Strus. Jarrett Allen, 14 points, 2 blocks, 6 rebounds. Evan Mobley got 10, alongside 7 assists, 5 boards. And then basically a one-man show for Detroit. Cade Cunningham carrying the Pistons. 34 points, 7 assists, 11 for 20 from the floor. After that, Danish Jenkins, undrafted second-year player, who averaged 1 point per game last year, is the number 2 scorer for the Pistons, 11 points. Tobias Harris with 10. Like, you got to get more offense out of everybody else, and just not the case right now for the Pistons. Like, it's basically one man carrying the show. And the poor guy came back from a collapsed lung injury like a month ago. So, just, they have to go out and get some more knockdown shooter players for this Pistons squad. They're severely missing Duncan Robinson tonight. Duncan Robinson, first 3 games in the series, drilled 5 threes in the first 2 games and then 4 threes in game 3. Last game, he went 1 for 2 tonight, not playing due to injury. So, it's a huge loss. That Duncan Robinson is the number 1 perimeter threat, averaging over 3 made threes per game in the playoffs. And he's not available tonight. So that's a humongous loss for Detroit. Because they need a sharpshooter on their team. Especially when the game gets into crunch time. And you need a 3 in like the final seconds or so. Because they're all 2-point oriented. We get back to action. Cunningham inside the key. Outside moves it off to Paul Reed. Reed off the dribble. Reed, a bad pass off the fingertips of Cunningham. Right place, right time. Harris going to have to get something. Deep range 3. Jenkins on a rainbow. Came up short. It's a shot clock violation. Charge to Detroit. Cleveland's defense in the second half clamping up. Cavs will get the ball back after the shot clock violation. All the momentum on the road. Cleveland just 3 turnovers in this entire second half. They had 10 going into halftime. Harden, dump off. Missed the pass to Jarrett Allen, and right on cue, the announcer's jinx. As Allen couldn't squeeze it, turned it over. And then Harden in the backcourt reaches in, picks up the foul as Cade Cunningham came away with it. What's good, Naja player? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. This has been an incredible game. If you guys are just joining in, Detroit's had a 15-point lead in the first half. That lead has collapsed, and the Cavs are up by 2. Cade Cunningham at the wing of the perimeter. This game was 20-2 points off turnovers in favor of the Pistons going into halftime. 10 turnovers at half for the Cavs. Jumper, Cunningham in and out. Offensive rebound. Putbacks there for 2. Paul Reed able to clean it up. We get a tie game. 89-89. Dean Wade on the floor alongside Harden, Merrill, Strus, and Allen in a tie-up. Dean Wade couldn't move it off to anybody, eventually got tied up, and there's the big boy, big bad Pistons physical defense on display here. Ausar Thompson coming around off the double team, trapping Dean Wade alongside Tobias Harrison. Thompson forcing the jump ball tie-up. At the midcourt logo, Wade and Thompson going up for the jump ball. Tipped up to Harden, who comes out with a jump ball. Cavs still with possession. Harden gets it away off the double team off the fingertips of Dean Wade. It's a turnover. Sailing on a bounce. It will go back to the Pistons. Man, they were so clean keeping track of the basketball throughout most of the second half, and then all of a sudden, 2 straight turnovers in a row. 89-89. This is one that Detroit severely needs. Perfect on their home floor in the last 5 games after suffering the Game 1 loss against Orlando. If they can't get this, well, tough luck going into Cleveland on Friday. The Cavs are perfect at home. Cavs steal one tonight. This could be over on Friday. Wow, just resilient for the Pistons to hang in this game and right now have this game tied. It's going to have to be Cade the remaining part of this game. Cade Cunningham at the wing. Takes the 3 over Harden. Oh, he buries it. Cade Cunningham. Bang, bang, bang. A one-man show tonight. 7-zip run in the last 3 minutes by the Pistons. Back-to-back turnovers by Cleveland. Mobley off the double team. Gets the way into the hands to Strus. Max Strus defended by Cunningham. Hand off Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell back on the floor off the double team. Bad pass deflected by Thompson. Right back to Strus though as he kept it alive. Harden. Deep range 3 off the rim. No good. Ricocheted out of bounds. And it went off Detroit. Now the Pistons fans in the front row saying it skidded off a cab and on the bounce, but referees rolled it out off Detroit. So this will be a new 14 in the timer for Cleveland, and Cleveland near side front court about to get the inbound. James Harden lobs it off to Mobley. Mobley, 6:12 left to go in regulation. Lob Harden. Mobley outside. Missed the mark of the pass. He rushed it. It's another turnover. That's now 3 straight trips down the floor with 3 straight turnovers. Brutal for Cleveland. This game is hinged upon points off turnovers, 27-11 in favor of Detroit. Paul Reed at the top of the key with possession. Hand off to Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, certified bucket getter, leads the playoffs, averaging 29. Looking for more. Runner. Cade off the rim. Short rebound secured by Harden. A point a minute tonight by Cade. 37 points in 37 minutes. James Harden at the top of the key. Dribble. Drive. Right down the lane inside. Huge rejection by Paul Reed. They got it back though. Corner 3 misfire by Mitchell. Rebound. Secure by Reed. Paul Reed playing for the first time in the fourth quarter. Danish Jacobs on a 3. Rips it through the cylinder as he buries the triple. Defense, defense, defense by the Detroit Pistons. 10-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And all of a sudden, Detroit finally bringing the energy, bringing the big boy Piston physicality. Paul Reed, who did not play in the first 3 quarters tonight, erases the open layup at the last moment by James Harden, sends it to the corner, and then the Pistons up the floor, the drive, the kick, the corner 3, and they nail it. What a game. Danish Jenkins, undrafted, 14 points as a playoff starter tonight. Holy smokes, what a battle. That was a humongous block by Paul Reed. This is a call for JB Bickerstaff to play Paul Reed. Like, put him as a starter over Jalen Duren the next game. Paul Reed, 4 points in 7 minutes, a plus 10 on the floor, with his first block of the night coming at a critical time. Jalen Duren shrinking by a game-by-game basis in the playoffs. 9 points tonight in 25 minutes for a guy who averaged 19 and a half in the regular season. Just cannot find his rhythm in the playoffs. Paul Reed, he did it in the last game. He did it in the game before. He has stepped up. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Paul Reed, pick number 58 of the COVID draft in 2022, went to Philadelphia. Paul Reed played his first 4 seasons in Philly. Average, the highest that he did was 7-6. Comes over to Detroit, second season with the Pistons, and puts together his best regular season yet at 7.8. And then hasn't played much in the playoffs. He was a DNP CD in games 1, 4, and 5 against Orlando. Played just 1 minute in game 2 against the Magic. Played 7 minutes in game 3. 11 minutes in game 6, and then just 2 minutes into game 7 against Orlando. Single digits in all 4 games that he played in against the Magic in the first round, and then here in the second round, game 3, he plays 10 minutes, scores 11 points. Game 4, he plays 14 minutes, scores 15 points last game, basically all in the fourth quarter. For the majority of those minutes, 14, majority of those minutes were in the fourth quarter for Paul Reed. And tonight, Paul Reed does not come in until the late stage of the second half and makes an instant impact. Wow. Just incredible that a guy who is a multiple DNP CD throughout the playoffs for a do-not-play coaching decision comes in crunch time in an extremely close game that's going to be a clutch time game in 25 seconds, comes in and makes a block like that. 95-89. Pistons on a 10-0 run right now in the game. A 15-5 run in the entire quarter. The Cavs have yet to make a field goal in the fourth quarter. They're 0 for 7 from the floor. Multiple turnovers by Cleveland. Allen, another big rejection. Ausar Thompson up the floor off the blocks. Jenkins saved it. Couldn't finish, but was fouled. 2 free throws coming up here at the line by Ausar Thompson. There's the athleticism of Ausar Thompson off a Jimmy Butler bubble save right next to the near side scores table by Danish Jenkins. Shades of Jimmy Butler in the bubble, tracking down that loose ball off the block at midcourt all over again. What a save by Jenkins to set up the free throws by Thompson. First one is good. 16-5 start in the fourth quarter for Detroit with just above 5 minutes left. Second free throw is good. Ausar Thompson buries pressure free throws. 5 minutes left to go. This is now a clutch time game. An 8-point lead by Detroit. 12-0 scoring run in almost 5 minutes. Donovan Mitchell, just 10 points for him tonight. A lot of dribbling. Jumper at the elbow. Mitchell, no good off the rim. And we did have a foul. Believe it's away from the play here. Cade Cunningham, loose ball foul, knocking down Max Strus away from the play. So this will reset the basketball. Cleveland will have the inbound. Holy moly. The big bad, big boy Pistons defense reminding everybody that you don't need offense to overpower your opponent in the second half. Just lock them down defensively. That's how they beat Orlando and went on a 24-0 run against the Magic in that Game 7. Jumper is good by James Harden. James Harden starting to turn into a one-man show right now for Cleveland. Harden with 27. After that, 17 by Strus, and now 1 for 10 this quarter by Cleveland. Harris going to slow it down. Jumper, straight away. Harris, no good. Missed the mark. Rebound secure by Allen. Still in the game. Only a 6-point game right now for the Cavs. Gotta go. Mitchell attacks. Mitchell, runner over Reed. Blocked by Reed. And the basketball ripped away by Harris. Up the floor, 2-on-1. Jenkins soars up. Score it. And one. Coming up in the free throw line by Danish Jenkins. Undrafted second-year player out of St. John's who averaged 1 point per game last season in the regular season as a rookie. Danish Jenkins breaking out in the playoffs. Holy smokes. Talk about a guy who's hungry, who wants more playing time. Danish Jenkins right now is that dude. First career playoff start tonight, 16 on 7 for 14 shooting. And one free throw by Jenkins is good. He had to take another free throw because there was a lane violation committed by Cleveland. Under 4 minutes left to go. 9-point game. James Harden. Pass midcourt. Harden defended by Harris here at the wing of the perimeter. Dribbles up. Drives inside the key. Skip pass. Corner. Strus outside. Mobley. Harden out to the wing. Strus has made 5 threes tonight. Oh, he buries it. Drills his 6th three tonight. 6-point game. A 194. 20 burger on a Max Strus off the bench. And a timeout taken by J.B. Bickerstaff for Detroit. 100-94. If you're Detroit, it's all about closing. If you're Cleveland, Max Strus, he's got it going with his shooter's touch tonight. Give him more opportunities. Ball movement like that. Excellent ball movements. 194. We head to the timeout. Still in this game for the Cavs. It ain't over till it's over. Especially with the scoring runs that we've had tonight. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yes, that's right. Cade Cunningham has 37 in this game. And that's not a mistake. Danish Jenkins has 17. Danish Jenkins' first ever career playoff start. Rising tonight. 17 points. That's a playoff career high. Wow, second half of the year, Danish Jenkins broke out like in February, March, and April. Danish Jenkins, second-year player, undrafted out of St. John's. Played in just 7 games last year as a rookie. Averaged 3.3 minutes per game, averaged 1 point per game on 30% shooting and 14% from 3. This season, he made 19 starts in the regular season, went from 1 point per game to 9 points per game. In the postseason, he is starting to come alive, averaging 7 points per game in the postseason to this point. But tonight marking his 3rd game scoring in double figures. Yeah, Mitchell having a tough game tonight. Jenkins, kick out, corner, 3, Thompson, who hasn't attempted many jump shots at all in this series, just missed one. Cunningham off the offensive rebound, kick out, corner, Harris will try it, Harris, oh, he drills it. Tobias Harris rips down the 3. 103-94. Under 3 minutes left to go. Cleveland cannot generate a bucket here to save their lives. 23-10. Fourth quarter box score in favor of Detroit. Harden blocked from behind, got it back. Mitchell attacks baseline. Mitchell off the glass scores the layup. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's having a rough night tonight. He has been struggling in road games for him. Mitchell's got 14. So just 14 points this entire game by Mitchell. Danish Jenkins, 10 in the timer. Under 2.5 left to go. Cunningham has it. Cunningham, baseline, jumper, fall away, left short, tipped around, offensive rebound back to Jenkins. New 14 in the timer. Cade Cunningham slows it down. They're working on Mitchell, trying to play aggressive defense. Up fake. Jenkins, side step to his left. Jenkins, off the back rim, no good. A rebound ripped away by Mitchell. Down to 2 minutes left. Mitchell drives. Mitchell, Eurostep. Mitchell, bounce pass. Mobley, underneath. Jams it with authority. It's a 5-point game, a 103-98. Here we go. Battle to the finish. Under 2 minutes left to go. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Danish Jenkins slows it down. Detroit basically one shot, one make, could very well be the dagger. Cunningham, bounce pass. Paul Reed soars up, double clutch, blocked by Mobley. Got it back though, one at a timer. Oh, he doesn't realize it's a shot clock violation. Turnover by the Pistons. Paul Reed didn't realize that the shot clock never reset after the block by Mobley at the rim, and forgot that there was still possession with time coming off the clock. 2 timeouts remaining for the Cavs. Critical possession here, down by 5. James Harden, past the midcourt logo. Harden at the wing, sets up Mobley, pops up for the 3, and he buries it. Evan Mobley, bang, bang, bang. It's a 2-point game. It ain't over till it's over. 103-101, minute 15 left to go. 7-zip run by Cleveland in the last minute and 50 seconds. Been a game of runs tonight. Cade Cunningham gets the way. Jenkins, kick out, 3 at the wing. Harris off the mark, no good. Rebound secure by Cleveland. 1 minute remaining. 2 timeouts left to go. Cleveland looking to steal one tonight. Here goes Harden with a teardrop. He missed it. Deflects it to the corner. Offensive rebound, Mitchell. Outside Strus. Kick out wing. Mobley dribbles up. Mobley attacks. Mobley. And we've got a foul on the floor. Charge to the Pistons. Tobias Harris reaches in. Cleveland is in the bonus. 2 free throws coming up by Evan Mobley to tie the game with 45.2 seconds remaining. Evan Mobley, 10 for 16 this series at the free throw line, shooting 2, with a chance to tie. 7-zip run by the Cavs in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. First free throw, it is good, right down the middle. What a game. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Cleveland, no stranger to games like these. They lost Game 6 against the Raptors in overtime on an R.J. Barrett unbelievable shot. Right now, 1 free throw away from tying it. 8-zip run by the Cavs. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. It is tied here, folks. And a timeout taken on the floor. 103-103. 45.2 seconds left to go. In Detroit has burned their final timeout. Cleveland with 2 timeouts remaining. Detroit has burned their final timeout. Foul trouble looks like this. James Harden, 5 personal fouls. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0 for the Cavs. Tobias Harris, 5 personal fouls. Just picked up his 5th. 4 personal fouls by Karis LeVert. 3 by Cade Cunningham. This game ain't over till it's over. What a game tonight. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys got to win? Cavs or Pistons? I'll be back live on Friday covering these 2 teams and Game 6 all over again. What a battle. It is incredible that the Cavs were able to get back into this game. They got outscored 32-... Detroit was on a 15-5 run at one point to start off this 4th quarter. The Cavs started off shooting 0 for 8 to begin this 4th quarter. Looked like they were cooked. And then all of a sudden, Detroit can't score for the final 5 minutes. 2 timeouts remaining for Cleveland. This has been a game of runs tonight. Tied up at 103 even. 45 seconds left to go. Danish Jenkins near side front court. He'll be the inbound passer. Jenkins inbounds it off to Cade. It's Cade on the floor alongside Jenkins, Paul Reed, Tobias Harris. And Karis LeVert rising for the jumper. Deep two. Cade, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Harris. On the outside, LeVert sends it off to Cunningham. Cunningham, 8 seconds on the shot clock, 30 seconds on the game clock at the top. Slides it off to LeVert at the left wing. Takes on Harden. Drives inside the key. LeVert off balance. Put them to the shot. Oh, it's an air ball. 24-second violation. Shot clock violation. Charge to Karis LeVert. Cavs basketball. Shot clock turned off, 21.7 left to go for Cleveland. Cleveland has 2 timeouts remaining in their pockets. Excellent defensive stop, but the Cavs forcing an airball shot clock violation on Karis LeVert. Cavs get the inbound. James Harden sends it off to Mitchell in the backcourt. Here we go. 16 seconds left to go. Donovan Mitchell, defended by Ausar Thompson. Edge of the midcourt logo. Mitchell off the double team. Mitchell takes on Thompson. Dribbles up inside the key. Got it stripped and lost it. Thompson stripped out of bounds. Was it a foul? Both teams in the bonus. Thompson celebrating. He thought it was a loose ball foul charge to Cleveland. JB Bickerstaff runs right over to the middle of the floor, as he thought it clearly was a loose ball foul charge to Cleveland, as Thompson went for the loose ball, got knocked down with 0.7 left to go on the game clock, and the referees call it end of regulation. Overtime, here we go. Donovan Mitchell, 1 second left, driving, got stripped by Ausar Thompson. And then Thompson came away with a steal. He thought he got tripped up by Jarrett Allen with 0.7 remaining. Referees, no call, overtime. Wow. Unbelievable game. End of regulation, as we need overtime to determine the winner tonight. Just a wild sequence to end the fourth quarter. Of course, it's going to result in a Cavs turnover, because that's what their whole playoffs has been. Just the Achilles heel has been the turnovers. 15 turnovers tonight by Cleveland. Detroit win 9. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. Type in the chat who you guys got to win this game tonight here, Cavs or Pistons. What a battle. Just an insane game. Man, Cade Cunningham just carrying Detroit. 37 points tonight for Cunningham, a major drop-off after that. Number 2 scorer is Danish Jenkins, undrafted second-year player, has 17. I think this is the next year to advance to the NBA Finals. Like, the Knicks right now are in waiting mode, and yeah, the Knicks are playing really well together as a team. And they've got guys stepping up. Miles McBride had an amazing game in that Game 4 sweep over Philly. Stepping up for OG Anunoby. Yeah, I would not bet against clutch Jalen Brunson in the Eastern Conference Finals. 5 on the floor look like this is we're going to have a jump ball in midcourt. Paul Reed is the center in place of Jalen Duren in the overtime session. Paul Reed, Danish Jenkins, Cade Cunningham, Ausar Thompson, and Tobias Harris, who is playing with 5 personal fouls. The tip gets awarded to Cleveland. Cavs going left to right on the floor. Harden had it poke loose out of bounds off Jenkins. James Harden on the floor alongside Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Max Strus, and Jarrett Allen. So Dean Wade and Jalen Tyson both on the bench currently for Cleveland. Inbound, it goes to Mobley. Handoff, Harden. Pocket pass, Mobley. Rolls down, runner. Left it short. Shoved in. Off the putback slam by Jarrett Allen. 2-point lead to start off the overtime session for Cleveland. Jarrett Allen smashing it through, bringing the energy. Cade Cunningham, guarded by Strus at the wing, towards his right. Cade dribbles up inside the key. Cunningham off the glass, no good, bounced out. Rebound secured by Mobley. Cavs with possession. Harden, off to Mobley, crosses the timeline. Evan Mobley, guarded by Harris, switch defended by Jenkins. Now defended by Harris again, and the outside finds Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, just 14 in the game tonight, hungry for more. Mitchell, high off glass, scores, up and off the backboard. 4-point lead for Cleveland, executing on both of their possessions to begin OT. Danish Jenkins at the wing, slides it off to Harris. Harris jab step takes on Mobley. Cavs have been here before. They lost it overtime in Game 6 against Toronto. Missed shot by Harris. Rebound ripped away by Mobley. Cavs looking to steal one tonight. 4-point lead for Cleveland. Perfect 2 for 2 on their first 2 trips up the floor. Now their third. James Harden at the wing of the perimeter takes on Tobias Harris, playing with those 5 personal fouls. Harden, crossover, 5 of the shot clock. Harden dribbles up, step back 3 in the air. It's an air ball out of bounds. So referees with a no call. James Harden signaling challenge. And yep, Kenny Atkinson, he's gonna challenge it. Tobias Harris contesting the step back 3 by James Harden. Kenny Atkinson challenging the no call. If it is reversed, it would be Tobias Harris's 6th personal foul, and he would be done for the game if this call gets reversed. 107-103, huge call coming up, huge challenge by the Cavs as we head to the timeout. What a game. Tobias Harris, this could be it for him tonight if this gets reversed. Humongous call coming up here on the floor. 50-50 right now on the poll. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got to win this game here tonight. Type it in, Cavs or Pistons. That poll is even. Foul trouble tonight looks like this. Tobias Harris with 5 personal fouls. If this is reversed, this will be his 6th, and he will be done for the remaining part of the game. 4 personal fouls by Caris LeVert. Cade Cunningham playing with 3. On the other side, Cleveland. 5 personal fouls charged to James Harden. Everybody else playing with 2, 1, or 0. Play is under review. Play right now under review. Critical call. As big as it gets right here, right now. (13-0) run by the Cavs on 5 for 10 shooting. The Pistons have missed their last 9 straight shots from the floor. And the call has been upheld. So call has been upheld. The call stands. Both teams out of challenges. And Tobias Harris will stay in the game still with 5 fouls. So according to the refs, that was a clean defensive stop by Harris on the James Harden air ball. Cade Cunningham has 37. Stops at the top of the free throw circle. Lobs it off to Paul Reed. Handoff Cunningham. Back to Reed. Rolling down. Reed soars up. Reed missed it. Reed was fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Reed. It's on Jarrett Allen who picks up the personal foul. Yeah, this has been a crazy game tonight. Crew on the stream, welcome in. Talise, thanks for joining in. Paul Reed, 2 free throws. First one's good. Harris LeVert is going to check out. He's on the bench. Cavs down to 1 timeout remaining. Detroit with 2 in OT. Second free throw by Reed. That is good. Reed, Harris, Jenkins, Cunningham, and Thompson, the 5 of the court currently for Detroit. They cut the deficit down to 2. Mobley on the floor alongside Mitchell, Harden, Strus, and Allen. James Harden crossing the timeline. Screen set by Mobley, frees up Harden, bounce past Mobley, rolls down free throw circle, kick out corner, Mitchell, off fake, Mitchell fires the 3, Mitchell buries the triple! Spider Mitchell, baby, puts his team up by 5 in the steal. Max Strus bounce pass, here goes Mitchell, scores the layup! Donovan Mitchell taking over in the overtime section for the Cavs. 112-105. Down by 7 for Detroit, the number 1 seed in the East on the ropes. Jenkins off the roller, finds Reed, bobbled it, puts it up, he scores. Inside the key, off the turnaround, 3 for 2. Spider Mitchell stepping up in the biggest way possible. And now they're just going to have to take care of the basketball. 2 minutes left to go. Up by 5 here for Cleveland. Mobley, nasty crossover, gets past Jenkins. Mitchell outside, inside, Mobley, hook, no good off the back rim, a rebound secured by Reed. That's one they have to make there for Evan Mobley, as Danish Jenkins surges and scores up the floor as he makes the layup. It ain't over till it's over. Detroit coming right on back, erasing a 7-point deficit down to 3. James Harden, edge of the midcourt logo, defended by Danish Jenkins. Pick gets set by Mobley. Bounce past Mobley at the top. 5 in the shot clock. Outside back to Harden. James Harden dribbles up inside. Harden goes up and draws the foul. Two shots here coming up at the free throw line by Harden. Cavs with a chance to steal one on the road. 1:26 left to go in overtime. That turnover in the backcourt off the inbound by Detroit that they couldn't inbound properly is critical. That is what could be the difference in this game tonight, is that possession on a horrific Big E turnover off a backcourt inbound in overtime. First free throw is good by Harden. James Harden tonight with 28. Perfect 9 for 9 at the free throw line. He has barely missed a free throw in this playoffs. James Harden, 31 for 32 on free throws in this series. Second shot is no good. Quick announcers jinx right there. Gives Detroit signs of life, down by 4. Danish Jenkins dribbles up inside the key. Bounce pass LeVert. Into the hands to Reed. Reed broke it up. Intercepted by Harden. Harden up the floor. Harden stumbled off the dribble, sent it to the backcourt, deflected, and a race for this basketball. Max Strus couldn't save it, went out of bounds. So even though they couldn't score, there was some time that did go off the clock. 1:04 left to go. Detroit needed that, though, as they forced a turnover. So this is still anybody's game. Pistons, off that turnover, have it back. Cade Cunningham. Been a while since he's scored. He's been stuck at 37 for a very long time. For the past 10 minutes, he has been scoreless. Outside with a 3 from the corner, LeVert. No good, around the rim and out. Broke it up into the hands of Strus, who controls the defensive rebound. Pistons elect to not foul. Past midcourt, Max Strus. Under 40 seconds left to go, as they will look to see if they can force a turnover. Bodies collide. Jenkins goes down. He's out of the play. Harden, 2-on-1. Lob, no good. Missed the lob. Looking for Allen. Deflected off the glass. And a reach-in foul in the backcourt. Charged to Max Strus. That would have been the dagger. James Harden missed a 2-on-1 wide-open lob to Jared Allen, and instead went for a runner off the back rim. The Pistons fielded the rebound, and Max Strus in the backcourt picked up a horrific reach and foul. It ain't over yet. 113-109. JB Bickerstaff burns a timeout. The Pistons take the timeout as the Pistons will have the basketball. Wow. You got to end the game there. If you're the Cavs, that's a critical missed lob by James Harden. Holy smokes, who wants this game tonight? Apparently, last couple minutes, some serious miscues that nobody wants to win this game. A terrible inbound in the backcourt by Detroit a couple minutes back, and then James Harden, a chance to ice the game with a dagger off an alley-oop lob to Jarrett Allen, and Harden just not on the same page, left it too long, and it bounced off the rim and out. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Detroit down by 4 as the Pistons will have the basketball. 28.7 seconds left to go. One timeout for both of these teams. 0 fouls to give, 0 challenges. Both teams in the bonus. Biggest possession of the year for the Detroit Pistons. Duncan Robinson not available tonight, the leading perimeter shooter on the team. Right now down by 4 with 28.7 seconds left to go. Tobias Harris inbounds it off the Cade, launches a jumper quickly. Laser beam, he got it. Hayde Cunningham rips down the triple. Hayde Cunningham, ice cold, cold-blooded, buries the 3. It's a 1-point game. Beautiful drawn-up play off the inbound. Cade comes around, jumper. Now, is this going to be docked down to a 2? His foot was on the 3-point line on this replay. That's going to be bumped down to a 2. That is going to be bumped down to a 2. So 1 foot behind the 3-point line, 1 foot on the 3-point line. The Cade 3 has been bumped down to a 2. 113-111. Timeout by Cleveland. They're out of timeouts. What a game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Cleveland with 1.9 seconds being the difference between game clock and shot clock. If you're the Pistons, you got to force a turnover very, very early in this game clock here to see if you can rack that up into points. Difference maker in this game, why Detroit has been in it, led it throughout the entire first half. 17 turnovers by the Cavs, 15 by the Pistons. Points off turnovers, 27-16 in favor of Detroit. Detroit leading fast break points, 23-7. You can't do anything risky here if you're Cleveland. If you're Detroit, you're praying that the Cavs cough it up. And that James Harden has a big ew moment in his system right here, right now. Big boy, big bad, physical Pistons defense trying to see if they can somehow come from behind and win this game in a miracle on their home floor. The Cavs looking to steal one on the road. Cleveland 0-5 in road playoff games this playoffs. Evan Mobley, inbound goes to Harden, trapped far side. And fouled by Paul Reed. 24.4 seconds left to go. James Harden will have 2 shots at the free throw line here with 24.4 seconds left. James Harden is 31 for 33 in this series in free throws. 9 for 10 tonight. The only free throw he missed was the last free throw. The pressure on right now for James Harden. First shot's good. Able to deliver 1 in the pressure to put his team up by a 3-point margin. Ausar Thompson checks out. Tobias Harris comes back in. And James Harden will have 1 more free throw. Pressure free throw by Harden. 114-111. James Harden. Will this go in? He missed his last free throw on a pair of two. His last trip. Free throw. Harden. Oh, he missed it. Offensive rebound redeems himself. Detroit forgot to box out. And Detroit has to give the foul. James Harden had the rebound come directly back to him after he missed it. The Pistons did not box out. Unbelievable. You bring in Tobias Harris back into the game in the spot of Ausar Thompson. And a critical mistake as Harris could not box out Harden. James Harden back of the line. The first one is good. 30 burger tonight by James Harden. Second free throw by Harden. No good off the rim. A rebound secured by Reed. Racing up the floor. Danish Jenkins. 14 seconds left. Outside. Harris pulls the trigger off the back rim. Missed the three. Tipped around Cunningham. Races out to the perimeter. Jenkins fires the three. Too much time coming off the clock. Ball pinwheels around. 3.4 seconds left to go. And the Cavs on the verge of winning this game. Paul Reed, loose ball foul. Cleveland back to the free throw line, about to steal one in Game 5 of the series. Sixth time the charm. Cleveland 0-5 on the road until tonight, as the fans pile out of Little Caesars Arena. Evan Mobley, 2 free throws, drills the first one. 15-point comeback by the Cleveland Cavaliers, who flipped the switch at the start of the third quarter and outscored Detroit 32-20 in the third. Both of the free throws are good. 6-point lead, 3 seconds left to go. Resilient effort by the Cavs all around tonight. James Harden turning back the clock, a 30-piece from the beard. Donovan Mitchell struggled throughout most of the night, mustered 21. The crazy part is that they steal one, and Mitchell by far plays better at home than he does on the road. Watch out in Game 6, because the Cavs are about to take it in 6. They are undefeated at home for Cleveland. 20 off the bench by Max Strus. Major tonight. 6 main threes by Max Strus. 19 by Mobley, 16 by Allen, alongside 10 rebounds and 2 blocks. James Harden had 3 blocks. Evan Mobley had 3 blocks. Evan Mobley, who was horrific in the first half, stepped up and responded in the second half. Overcoming adversity tonight for Cleveland. James Harden turning back the clock. Just unbelievable. Yeah, they were down. Good point here by John in the stream. 89-85. They were being outscored at the start of the fourth quarter, 15-5. They got locked up. They had 3 straight possessions in a row that they committed turnovers on. It looked like they were out of it completely. How Detroit started off the fourth quarter. Detroit gets the inbound. Paul Reed, final seconds. Dunks it. 0.7. Cleveland gets the inbound. Ball game. James Harden, 30-piece. First road win of the playoffs. Comes almost a month into the playoffs for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 117-113 in overtime. Tonight, what a game between these two teams as James Harden turns back the clock. Classic James Harden, and drops down 30. What a game. Max Strus, just incredible tonight. 6 main threes off the bench. And Cade Cunningham, he did whatever was possible. But behind Cade Cunningham, just not enough in the tank out of the Detroit Pistons. They needed Tobias Harris to score 20 like he had been doing all playoffs. Tonight, Harris had 13. They lost by 4. Cunningham finished with 39, played 48 minutes. Danish Jenkins, undrafted second-year player who averaged just 1 point per game last year, finished with 19 as the number 2 scorer. Paul Reed played basically the final 17 minutes of regulation as Jalen Duren got benched, and Paul Reed outplays Jalen Duren by a mile and finishes with 10 points in 17 minutes. Like, where do you go from here if you're Detroit? You got to go into next game mindset and not complain about the officials tonight. Detroit 18 for 20 at the free throw line. Cleveland 31 for 38. It was the home team that, through the first 4 games, got the benefit of the whistles on either side. And now, tonight, it's the road team that gets the calls. But Detroit have been doing this all season long. They led the league in personal fouls per game with 22. So this is no stranger that Detroit is facing. They committed 26 personal fouls. Cleveland committed 16 tonight. So they want to play physical, but in the end, just those calls were made as follows. And there were more calls going to the road team for whistles tonight, and the road team was able to drill their shots, making 31 out of 38 total free throw attempts in this game. And for Detroit, Tobias Harris starting to become what we all thought Tobias Harris was. And that was a number 3 or 4 option out at best, not a number 2 on an Eastern Conference championship contending team. And I think going into this offseason, a couple of these teams, they get bounced out. Julius Randle, Minnesota, definitely not the number 2 guy there. Tobias Harris, more like a 3 or a 4 for the Pistons. They got to figure out who their number 2 guy is behind Cade for them. And that was the big question mark tonight. After Cade Cunningham, who carried the team with 39, they had an undrafted guy in his second year that provided 19 points. That became the number 2 scorer in his first ever NBA playoff start tonight. Like, that's a whole lot to ask there. That's something that nobody had on their bingo card, was Danish Jenkins going off for 19 tonight. But for Tobias Harris, you needed to do what you did throughout the entire playoffs and average 20 and score 20. And tonight he scored 13 points in 40 minutes with 5 personal fouls, shot the ball 1 for 7 from 3. 6 for 19 from the floor. The Duncan Robinson loss, that was brutal. He was injured tonight for Duncan Robinson. Came at the worst time possible. They needed his sharp shooting. How the scoring distribution was in the playoffs, it was Cade Cunningham averaging 29, leading the entire playoffs in scoring. After that, Harris is averaging 20. Robinson averaging around 15. DMP tonight, he was injured. And then after that, I mean, I got to shout out, not a good shout out here, bad one, a small baller, Jalen Duren. Like, where have you been? Jalen Duren, who is excellent in the regular season, disappears all of a sudden in the playoffs. Throughout the entire playoffs, he has completely disappeared. Jalen Duren hasn't scored more than 15 points in the entire playoffs in a single game. His season average was 19.5. He has failed to reach double digits in multiple games, tonight being another one where he finished with 9 in 25 minutes. He got benched in the late third quarter in place of Paul Reed, who finished with 11 points in 17 minutes. Like, this is stunning. Jalen Duren, who in March had a couple 30-point games. He dropped down 36 against Washington, 30 against Memphis, 31 against Toronto. He had a 33-point game against the Cavs 3 months ago in an overtime win. 33-16 in an overtime win in 42 minutes. Tonight he gets benched. Like, That's brutal. For a guy who'd been playing so well in the regular season just to forget to play basketball in the playoffs. Like, that is brutal. And I don't know where you're going to get the scoring from if you're Detroit. Like, Donovan Mitchell, by far, did not play a good game tonight, and the Cavs still won. Like, that's not a good sign for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham carried your team. Nobody else was able to generate enough. Danish Jenkins was the number 2 guy. And that says a lot about this Detroit team, that they have to go out and get better options for 2 guys and 3 guys and so on the team. Whereas Cleveland's, they got a lot more scoring bulk around. Max Strus, amazing game. Hit his ceiling tonight. 6 made threes, 20 points. That was beneficial. Mitchell had just 21, 7 for 18 shooting. That's not going to happen again. Like, Mitchell is averaging almost 30 points per game at home in the playoffs. He's giving you a good solid 28-plus points coming up on Friday. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Today, I'll be back in 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Friday night. Same 2 teams, Cavs and Pistons. This time, it's at Cleveland. Game 6, Cavs, perfect at home. Chance to wrap it up in Game 6 and close out the series. What a series here. What a steal by the Cavs to get on the board. Their first ever road victory comes in Game 5 tonight as the Cavs go up 3-2, up in the number 1 seed, the Detroit Pistons. Thanks for joining in, and I'm going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason on the stream, a channel member, alongside John, Michael, Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Naija Player, Norma Polson, Kelly Ogie, Russell Rydog, Ashes Fan for Life, On the Prowl, I Am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, SGA Sports Talk, Elaine, Kilo Pits, Yvonne, Otamura, and Tyreek. Thanks for joining in tonight on this one. Cleveland overtime, upsetting the Pistons as a 4.5-point dog. 117-113 the final score. The Cavs steal one on the road. The Cavs go up 3-2 in the series. Thanks for joining in, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.